What's up? Find what?
I gotta find that video now.
That's never a good way to start. It's never a good way to start a stream. I gotta find that video now. I didn't even check
our
it.
video. That means you have the camera.
Yeah, I found the camera. Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Well, here we are.
We're here.
Go ahead and cut
We're
that.
Hi, everyone.
You know what? Actually, first bit of business. The first bit of business that I got is we did the drawing for our merch giveaway, and I have reached out and
Thank you.
confirmed that Bubba did not win anything from our giveaway for our supporters, even though he does support us quite a bit. Somehow, he does something supportive. I'm sure, right? Lost? Oh, well. I mean, he shows up.
That's about
And-
it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes on time.
Sometimes he's actually on time. But anyway, two of our winners I have confirmed with. The other I'm still waiting to hear back from. But congratulations to Kelly Del Rosso and Chris Houlihan for the T-shirt and the coffee mug wins. So congrats to them. Thanks everyone else for entering. But special congratulations to them on their free T-shirt and coffee mug.
This shit was fucking rigged. I know it.
Is that Chris? And
It's
Kelly
rigged so that we don't win.
Fucking rigged.
I know Chris and Kelly.
No, I don't think you know Chris and Kelly. I don't know Chris and Kelly. This is actually the first that I've
You
been
don't
able
know
to.
who I know. I know a lot of people.
It's the first correspondence that I've had with them was congratulating them on their victory in our random drawing of people. But all right, before we do, actually not before we do. I don't think I have anything else going right now to really talk about at the beginning.
When you say it like that.
Except for as we're getting started on this, I do want to throw out one more time. I am going to be on How I Nerd on Thursday on their Twitch stream as part of Tales from the Tavern, and I'm excited to be a part of that with the wonderful Luna. So I'm looking forward to that, and we've got goblins tomorrow night, so it's gonna be a fun week for me. And so I think that's all the announcements that we had, though. We broke 120. We're at like 123-ish Twitter followers now, and got a lot of Twitch follows. We appreciate all the love and the support. But so everybody still has their oh my gosh, there's a word that I'm having trouble thinking of.
Inspiration?
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Level 8?
It's been a rough day. No, only one of you is level 8 if you look at the app.
Not anymore.
Not anymore? Okay. So I mean, since you all forget to use your inspiration all the time, I really don't know why you would want to do a recap, but if somebody would like
There's
to.
no reason to use it. We've been RPing the last 2 sessions.
It was a fight at the end of last session. Something tried to eat Ari last session. Ari's not worth your inspirations. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't even think I get to do anything last session in the combat.
Who are you?
Rosie would like to use her inspiration.
Denied. So, would someone like to give us a quick recap? Because unfortunately, I am a little bit behind, so I could use a moment.
I almost got 8.
Nailed it.
Axes were swung. Ray of sicknesses were flung. Longbows were drawn.
Yeah, and given back.
And magic missiles were tossed.
Did not rhyme. I thought you were going to really do it.
I couldn't think. I didn't have anything to go with that.
It was close.
I tried.
It was
I tried.
I mean, it was good. We did battle. We ended up killing the beast. I do know that we killed the beast. And then we had a little bit of interrogation to try to find out a little bit about it. I don't think I'm going too far back, right? So we had an interrogation.
That's way far back.
Definitely way far back.
That's way far back. Okay, so
He's getting
I'm gonna
old.
Stop. I'm getting old. I am. No, I'm not. Already old. Try to dump that at the camera. Oh, I know that we started heading back. Did we make it back?
Not yet.
Almost.
No, we didn't make it
I
back.
know that we're about to head back. It was mostly a lot of barking. Somebody else. This is not going to stop for a minute.
We got lost. Krillok thought he knew was going the right way, but he got lost, and we had to retrack after the owl was able to spot the river. And we followed the river for a bit, and we camped next to it, and your owl alerted you that there was something in the river. And then the creature jumped up and tried to eat your owl, and then succeeded eating your owl.
It was a grindy low.
Definitely was not a grindula.
Oh, that was
My
that
dog.
was rough.
My dog escaped out the front door.
Do you need a moment?
Water leaper.
Oh no, Mom's outside.
I was gonna say we can. I mean, we can try to improvise some more.
I mean,
some
where's
more
she
filler
gonna go?
content here.
I live out in the middle of nowhere, like it's like swamp. I mean, where's she gonna
We
go?
can get Bubba to do like a song and dance to kill some time.
I would still like to see him doing DD's yoga moves.
All right, you know what? Never mind. We're going right into this because I don't want to see that.
I think you'd have to
Question
like.
is Bubba
I'd
wearing
have to
pants
call
now?
off. That is, I'm never wearing pants. I'd have to get an ambulance on standby, paramedics ready to go for the things DD does.
Alrighty then.
Things would get tore that weren't supposed to be torn.
Okay, so you finished the last watch. You're camped out by the river still. You have your campsite that actually has tents and a campfire where you guys had stayed the night before next to this river. You're relatively certain, and I was confused last time we were talking about this, so forgive me, Krillock, but yes, you are farther south because the river does take that southern turn. So yes, you find yourself farther southwest than where you should be, and you know that you're going to have to come up following the river out towards the ocean, which would be on the side you're on now, keeping the river to your right. So heading
Okay.
northeasterly.
Gotcha.
Did anybody have anything they wanted to do as they were breaking camp this morning?
Didi will be doing yoga.
Mhm.
How far away are we, Krillock? Are we getting close?
Yeah, it's not far away from here.
I mean, should I cook us some breakfast before we go? Or are we close enough to not have to worry about that?
Depends on what you're planning on cooking for breakfast.
Well, I mean, we have some fruits and I did get some cabbage and some other things that don't really have any meat cooked, but did give us some vegetables and some fruits. I mean, we could just eat some fruits, I guess, and go. You know what? Let me just. I'm gonna pass out some of the fruits that they had given me to everybody.
Is there any cucumbers in there?
No.
Yeah, I'm good.
It's fruits.
So is this the long rest?
Yes,
There was a fight in the middle of the night, so
you still got it.
No, I'll just take like an apple or something if you got one of those. Oh, he must be in his bird brain right now because he looks very vacant in his eyes.
I'm sorry. What?
Carrot looks very vacant in his eyes right now. I thought maybe he was in his bird brain.
Uh,
Oh, his eyes just got back. All right.
Sorry.
Thought maybe you were in your owl's eyes.
Ew.
Oh, that's right. It died, didn't it?
Well, it doesn't really die. I'll fix that before we get going.
I'll just take an apple. That's what I was saying.
Right,
Well, you
right.
were-
I'll hand him an apple. I'll hand him 2 apples. I'm just gonna hand out everybody some fruits.
Hey, did that temporary hit points? Is that done? Is that going back? Are we back to normal?
Whenever Tom says "bam," we get temporary itch points.
I know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
haven't
not
taken
taking
damage since
anything.
last time. So
It only lasts 24 hours.
okay. That was my question.
Oh my god, he snores so much. How do you sleep with him on the boat?
Who, me?
Sucks! I had to share a tent with him.
you can still hear it coming from the tent.
He has sleep apnea.
But he's got the long snout.
I know, but like his tongue rolls back and clogs everything up. And that's why do you think he slept in a cooking
A pot?
Yeah.
Maybe we should give him back his pot.
Yeah, he slept in there and it echoed in there and just stayed in there. Cauldron. That was the word. He slept in a cauldron and it echoed inside of there, so I didn't hear it. So I was like insulated around it.
You went with Krillok. Went with Didi, didn't he? He's told was to wake up early after my watch.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So are you with me at the waterfront?
After I get my apples, yeah, we'll go over there real quick. It's all out of order now. It's all jacked. It's all screwed up. We would have done that before all that happened.
Yes.
I think what he's hoping for is that I'm going to say I would like to get a dexterity check.
You need a dex check?
Well, he does to do yoga. He's not a practiced yoga tier. I just made that up on the fly.
Is anyone?
Yeah. I honestly wish that I was. My back probably wouldn't hurt as much.
I wish our DM had remembered to make a slot for rolls.
What you talking about? Oh, right.
As a ritual.
Okay.
Slacking on the job.
All right, so that's gonna take an hour to cast anyway. So regardless.
Yeah, just as they're doing their yoga and we're
Okay.
breaking camp, I'll be doing that after I hand out the fruit out.
So Krillok, you don't lose your balance. You feel like you're stretching out better. It still doesn't look graceful. But you know what? Functionally speaking, it's helping. You do feel more limber.
That was good, Didi. That was good. Real good.
See? You're getting ahead.
Let's go back to camp before people realize what I'm out here doing.
Such a big guy gets embarrassed so easily.
I just don't like to show my weakness.
Technically, you're getting stronger. You're working your core. So, I mean, that's...
Feel my core. Feel it. Go ahead.
I slowly touch his core.
All right, are you gonna
Five
touch the
dollars.
outside of the shell, or are you gonna try to reach in there? And...
No, I wouldn't do that. Thought about it. You see him like start going like, do that.
Of course, solid.
Can always be better.
Socks is gonna rub his eyes sleepily as he comes out of the tent. It's almost like a natural armor.
Almost. I mean, we got to lug around 450 pounds. So, finish breaking down camp here.
Okay. All right, so you break down camp. So you're all just eating like a quick on the go, let's get stuff going breakfast. It doesn't take too long. You stay next to the river. You know which direction you're supposed to be heading in. It takes you between an hour and 2 hours. It's not that bad. And you can see the easy crossing for Hannunah. You make your way back over, and as you're crossing the river, you can see that Tonka looks exceptionally excited to be back. And you can see that Socks, realizing where he is, okay, I'm checking on the boat! And then he takes off running in the direction of where the boat was moored next to the dock. So he takes off in the direction of the Kilbrine. Sorry, struggle with that. And Kilbrine. Yeah, I always want to do Krillbrine. I'm not sure why. So he shoots off towards the Kilbrine, and Tonka is helping your uncle, and I'm assuming you're probably helping him as well, get across the river. And as you break to the other side of the river, and you are essentially where you left the 3 nights before.
Yeah.
So you can see the cinders and ashes that remain of the building that burned down, that was your uncle's home for the past however many years.
Talking, you got is there any place for all the people that don't have a place to stay now? Is there a place for them to stay now?
Honestly, I have no idea. It's always been here, so I can't say for I'm sure they found somewhere. I mean, they got to be somewhere.
I'm going to give Tonka 90 gold and tell him do whatever he can to fix us up and take care of my uncle.
Okay. He's a little taken aback by the generosity of 90 gold pieces on that one. But he sort of opens the pouch up and looks into it and looks up. Are you sure?
Do whatever it takes to get it rebuilt and put all those people that don't have second homes.
Okay. We can do that.
If there's anything left over, if you need to get some kind of people here to help protect away from that ever happening again, because we may not always be here if they ever come back.
Okay. I'll figure something out. You know, I could probably hire some people. And we'll bring them in and we'll get them rooms, and that'll help us get it built faster.
Do whatever it takes.
Yeah, I could do that. I know what to do. And he sort of starts. He lets go of your uncle, and then sort of looks back at you and says, "Do you want me to keep him with me for now? I'm sure you probably have business that you need to take care of."
If he wouldn't be too much of a burden on you.
No, no, no.
If you don't mind.
No, not
By
at
all
all.
means.
Yeah, I'm definitely happy to do that. And he sort of looks over to your uncle and gives a big smile and says, "Well, why don't we go figure this out? A man of your experience, of your years, I'm sure that you could help me to figure out the logistics here as far as what we need and who we should send off for." And your uncle nods and looks back over and sort of gives a wave goodbye with his walking stick. And he will
Uncle aside.
I think we're getting some connection problems there with you, Lost. You froze up on me for a minute there.
There's a storm coming, so we'll see how this goes.
Gotcha. All right, so I heard Uncle.
Before I, take my leave, I'd like to pull my uncle aside and kind of give him an idea, like see how much he remembers, let him know that everything's good now. I have stuff, I took or he gave me the thing, so we're good.
Okay. He looks taken aback. He obviously didn't remember, but once you start talking to him and explaining, he seems to understand.
Kind of look back at everybody else. So, when do you guys want to break out of Hannunah? Do you want to leave as soon as possible? If you want to
I
stay here
want
a day?
to talk on the boat. There's things that we all need to be filled in on, and I feel like I need to fill everybody in.
I'm saying, do we want to leave now, or stay one more day in Hannunah and then head up?
I think we need to talk and then decide.
All right. So, tell my uncle and talk. I'll be back here in a little bit just to say my goodbyes or my see you laters.
Okay. They make their way toward well, I guess they wouldn't really say, but they're essentially heading to what's acting as a town hall for Hannunah, so he can try to disperse out this gold and actually make plans with people that know what they're doing.
I guess I should go make sure the Kilbrine's still there.
Yeah. Let's go take care of that. Make sure it's actually here.
Well, I mean, Sox hasn't come running back yet, freaking out yet, so I'm assuming it's there.
Or he's freaking out on the shore crying.
That's also a good possibility. So yeah, we should go make sure the boat's there.
All right, well, you make it about halfway back to where the boat was, and you see as Socks comes emerging from some deep underbrush. His eyes are absolutely wide, and he looks totally panicked. Hey, Krillak! No, I'm just fucking with you. Yeah, it's there.
I'm gonna murder you one of these days. You're lucky I like you.
Yeah, no. So what are we doing? We're going back to the. Okay, well, let's go back to the boat. Then he turns around and starts walking with the group. All right, well, you make it back to the boat. It's there. It's tied up exactly where you left it.
All right. Hope sweet home. So what do we need to talk about?
Carrot, do you want to fill him in?
Well, it's really something that you might. He knows you better. You tell him. I support you, and I'll stand next to her and just kind of look at Krillak.
Okay. So last card, that guy,
Who?
the lizard, the undead lizard thing.
Oh, the guy I killed, yes.
Yeah, apparently, he was in Snout 20 years ago,
Good. He's dead now. I got
and
my revenge.
he was like the hero conqueror, whatever.
Oh, if he's a hero conqueror, what does that make me then?
But his people don't believe he's dead because apparently he died at Snout 20 years ago.
Ooh, I wonder if my parents killed him. That'd be really cool. If both my parents killed him and then I killed him with my parents again,
Krilak, stop.
that would be. Come on.
So
That would be
you're
really
saying he died 3 times then, and
He's
you're
taking it a lot better than like we originally thought.
Yeah.
The good thing.
Well, if he died there, he didn't kill my parents.
No, he did. He was killed by the Dark One, who is apparently a figure that has 4 horns and 6 arms. And he was sacrificed on an altar for failing to do his mission, which was to acquire a gemstone.
So he didn't find a gemstone.
No, because the
I think
if he
gemstone
found
must
it,
have
he wouldn't have
left
been
with a
killed.
turtle.
A gemstone was left with a turtle. What turtle?
I don't know, but now he's attacking these turtles for a gemstone.
They don't have anything. I mean,
God
you've
damn
seen
it,
the
Kurlock.
What?
He's either. You know what? Never mind.
She's just gonna do this in your.
Wait, do we know about that?
You know what? We might see some sharks out there. Some baby sharks. Some mommy sharks. Where are you going with this?
Okay. You have something that you showed me, and I'm trying to tell you that you need
In confidence, I did.
tell
Yes, I
them.
showed you something in confidence.
Because now we have a box that is just like your box.
How did this get into my box?
I'm gonna hold the box up and shake it.
Oh, that the box that we got in Providence. Yes, I still have that box. Yes,
What's in the box?
we don't need to know what's in the box.
I mean, I think it's kind of important because the 2 boxes look the same.
They both block or seem to block magical energy.
I'm not big on snooping and getting in people's personal affairs.
Oh no, there's just turtles being murdered for a
But
box.
that's what I'm saying. If there's lives at jeopardy, I think we should.
So we need to leave today then. That way we don't draw any more attention to Hannunah. I get it.
I'm just saying, Lascar could possibly be resurrected.
And I will re-kill him.
As long as he doesn't got that other guy with him.
What are you talking about?
His buddy in the back, he hurt.
So how many boxes do we have now? We have the one that I got in Providence. And then you guys have a box?
So we have a package, we have a puzzle box, and we have a clam.
Clam. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, you had loose lips with Rosie's owner here.
Who?
Nothing. I give up. Hi, Ari.
Hi. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I don't either. Don't feel bad. Apparently, Lily's going to make us a nice steampunk clam.
I think we have a collection of gems.
Oh, you guys got some gems? Was it the one that the lizard people were looking for?
I'm thinking. And all these boxes and clams, I don't know.
So is there gems in the box?
Nobody's
We
opened.
haven't opened it. Carrick's been working on it, but we haven't opened it.
So how do you know there's a gem in it?
We don't.
Looking for gems.
Oh. So you think there's gems in the package that I got in Providence?
I don't know what's in that box, and I would keep it away from me because I'm gonna open it if I see it again.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. It's hidden. Behind your... I'm going to reach behind her and grab a bronze or silver piece out from behind her ear. Is this what you're looking for?
Slide
I
a
know
hand
it's not
to
a
like
box.
pick the clam from his pouch.
That's gonna be a tough go with him looking at you, but you can certainly give it a shot. I mean, you're gonna have to make a perception. I was gonna say she gets disadvantage, you get advantage because you're staring there face to face.
Oh, wait. Advantage, though? So I'll
Yeah,
just roll
yeah.
again. Wait, was it? Oh, perception.
All right, well, meet it, beat it. So, like, you see it, but it was good. She almost got you.
What are you trying to do here?
See, I can do it too. You got a clam behind your butt.
Well, I mean, I'm a turtle, so
That's not clams, it's barnacles.
see? Socks knows what's up. Low bones him.
Okay, so the question is, like, you're saying you want to leave Hannunah today, which is fine.
Yes.
Do
I
we
feel like
want
if there is
Kiara
a
to
gem, we need to get it
open
away.
the puzzle box?
So leave Hannunah
Not
and
here.
go where?
Okay, so not here.
We're heading northeast to Broken Tusk.
Northeast.
Yes. It's that way.
Ari, did you ever find out where your dad was going?
Vague ideas, but not specific.
Was it Broken
So-
Tusk?
Yeah, it's Broken Tusks. Which way is north on this map?
Well, looking at it, the way we're looking at it right
Yeah.
here, if you looked straight up, that would be north. If you look straight to the right, that'd be east.
So isn't Broken Tusk to the east?
Yeah, northeast.
You're in the river a ways, is why. You have to go where Hannunah is, where you are on the river. You can either go back out to the ocean and sail out, or you would be able to follow it while you'd be going upriver, but then loop the river around and come back out closer. But so he's saying, I think northeast as far as like taking the river northeast out and
Yeah.
onto the ocean.
Yeah, Broken Tusk is where he most likely went, but if he went on foot, he could have gone anyway, or any direction.
We still have to deliver to Broken Tusk. So I feel like my vote is you're more than welcome to come with us. You know, safety in numbers, and you handled your sword pretty well.
It would be convenient to travel with you guys, then I wouldn't have to find a way. And
Oh.
I'm also interested in
How are you going to pay passage?
the puzzle.
I'm
Is it
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I would also like to point out that we just got here and I haven't been able to resupply the ship yet. So it's going to take me, a good portion of the day. What do you want from me? We hit land. I took some leave. I went and won some cards. Ah,
Did you win?
yeah. Turtles can't play cards for nothing.
The turtle he was playing cards against was blind and deaf.
Turtles can't play cards for nothing.
If we do stay here for a bit, it gives me a chance to go talk to someone that I need to talk to.
You got time. Sax has got some work to do. I'll toss him some gold for his pay and then restocking.
I'll just be able to confirm whether or not he traveled out, how my father traveled out.
Sox is gonna make his way over and nudge Lily. I forgot he already paid me when we landed. So You want anything for market while I'm out there?
I did forget I did that.
Can I get some like cotton to put in my ears?
That's a weird thing to ask for. Why don't you
Hey,
use some of his knitting yarn?
Socks, pick up another cauldron while you're out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Hey, yeah. That's a good
Get
idea.
you a brand new cauldron.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say the brand new one because I was sleeping in the other one. Like maybe we should cook with the new one and just give me back the other one.
We've already cooked in your old one.
It'll smell nice.
I
Good
found it.
call. I'm just saying you can go out and get whatever cauldron that little bit of money can afford you.
Deluxe bunk bed cauldron.
If you can find it, who would you bunk with? Lily? I don't think she can fit in the cauldron.
Best
Ari?
company ever, myself.
Yeah. But you still need to occupy the other bunk. You can't
Yeah,
occupy 2 bunks.
It was a joke.
It was a
Fine,
bad one.
I'll go get stuff.
Go.
I'm going. He makes his way off the kill brine in the direction of Hannah.
See, if you would have just kept going when we were coming back, you would have already been done by now.
He holds up the pouch, but I wouldn't have gotten paid.
Again. If only I was a creature that never forgot things. That was a Luxodon reference.
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself on Luxodon. So Socks is gone. You all remain. Anything else that you guys want to discuss?
Hey,
Or-
Krillok,
Yeah.
are we a team?
Me and you? Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Then why the fuck did you leave me on the boat?
Do you have family, Lily?
I do. But see, you're also part of that family now, and you left me instead of getting me to help you. Because I could have, like, sped us both up, and we both could have gotten there.
Were you safe on the boat? Were you safe? Did you have any chance of dying while you were sitting on the boat?
I hate you.
Just saying. Honestly, I do appreciate you guys coming. I wish you wouldn't have, because
What do you mean? I saved like 5 turtles!
I appreciate you coming, and you did awesome out there. But at the same time, you guys were all at risk. That was my fight. I appreciate you guys for coming, but that was my fight. I would have died to one of those. I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, we can't hear this conversation, right?
Oh, no, you can. It was right there.
All right, so I'm seeing an
I would
investigation.
like, yeah, Krillok. Carrick is going to say out loud, "I feel as if I am suddenly in the dark on more things than I wish I were."
So, the night my uncle's house was attacked, while we were on the boat, and she went down below to go to sleep, and I saw the fire, so I ran out. She's mad at me because I didn't get her before I ran out. But my only thought was my uncle. I just saw red and ran.
Right.
So clear things up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
What else do you want to know?
I don't know. I just think there might be some things that are, well, earlier when we was speaking about the gym, she just I don't know. She seemed to be insinuating things and comments made. I don't know. Just it's fine. Secrets are secrets, and that's fine. And I'm gonna get up and just kind of walk to the front of the boat and just sit and watch the.
I have a very confused look on my face.
Roll an insight.
Do I need to roll a deception?
I was gonna say, and you need to roll to oppose that. Whether that is I mean, we all know it's a deception, so it's really not worth, trying to hide that. But yes, you need to roll a deception, and Carrick, I need an insight.
I'm not even gonna try. I'll roll it, but it's fine.
Well, he does look thoroughly confused.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's fine. I still am not going to use that role to make my character seem dumb of what was said, but that it's fine. He was
Right.
moving away anyway. He wasn't going to push the issue. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's more you can't tell if he's lying. That's it. You still believe that he's withholding something, yes, but you just can't tell if he's lying.
I'm just a dumb turtle barbarian. I don't know. My
Now,
intelligence is this many.
I would like to get back to whatever that investigation was that Dee Dee rolled.
I would have been trying to make my way back to like the mess hall, and I was looking for stuff that I can make tea with the little fruits and leaves that I got.
He finds
See-
poison ivy. tries to
Yeah,
make
it seems like you found something.
There's I mean, you can find fruits. Obviously, I know you guys left with fruits. You've got fruits.
I
If you're
got a
trying to like,
for
if
that.
you're trying to like infuse water with fruit flavoring, then I'm sure you could try to find some way to attempt to make that happen. But if
Yeah.
you're looking for tea, you find some dried leaves back there.
Well, I was looking for both. So I was looking. I had the fruits, and I was looking for some type of like herbs or something because I
Yeah.
can do that,
Right.
and something to make them in.
Yeah, it looks like a green tea. It looks like green leaves. Like at one point, it was green leaves.
I mean, does it look like it was in a container, or is it?
Yeah,
Just...
it was a contain. It was in a container. It was in there. I mean, if you're gonna like give it a whiff, it's obviously like a cooking spice. I mean, Dee Dee's not the smartest, but I honestly don't think that if he takes a sniff at the tin, he's gonna realize it's not tea. If it's something like dried cilantro or parsley, At least I hope everyone can tell the difference between dried parsley and like green tea leaves.
Honestly, I can't even say I could.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like, I'm gonna try to make tea.
Okay. You get it's a beverage with a taste. It's not a good taste. It's definitely not tea. It's like it's parsley water with fruit flavor in it.
I'm just gonna try to. I'm just
Power through it.
power through it.
All right.
And hopefully don't catch the boat on fire.
No. Maybe. I don't know if I shared this with everyone yet. Actually, it doesn't look like. Yeah, I do have it. Okay. So I made a map just so everybody has the opportunity to see it of the Kilbrine, because I wanted to make this something where we had a we had a good visual aid so that we all know what we're looking at here. So let me move everyone over just so we can go ahead and cover the general layout of the Kilbrine here. So on the left, that is the above the aft castle where the helm is at. The floor below that down here. Oh, why am I using that? So down here and down here are the same level, but that's the same as this level. So this middle level here is just all one. This is the galley in the back here with a hatch that goes down to the below deck. So just so everybody has a clear reference as to what the Kilbrine itself looks like.
Is that the map table on the bottom there?
That is Krillok's quarters. There's one private room on this, and it's Krillok's room that is
We
at
need
the
a map
front.
table.
Yes. We'll call it a map table, my chart table,
All right.
and also where I write my diary and do my knitting. This chest here, full of yarn.
All that yarn.
Oh, I see the door now.
All right. So, was there anybody else that was going back to Hannunah for any reason, or are you guys just waiting for stocks to come back with
Yeah,
supplies?
let's go to Hannunah. And I invite Dee Dee and Carrick if they still want to go with me to visit this person I need to talk to.
I'll go
Back
with
in
you.
Hannunah? Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
go.
you can come with me if you want to too. We must visit. I forget his name. Hold on.
While we're walking, I'm gonna talk to Lily, and Lily, that language, draconic. Never really took the time to learn it. Never thought it would be anything that would come up, being that I was always stuck where I was. But any way that maybe you could tutor me a little bit here and there as we are traveling, maybe give me a few lessons on some the basics. I'm a quick learner.
I could try it. Most nights I'm like spending time working on my potions or my gizmos, but I'm sure I could squeeze some time in and help you learn it. But if you want to learn it like fully, it's gonna take months
Oh,
probably
yes,
because I don't
I'm sure.
speak. I mean, I know how to speak and write it and read it, but it was a long process to do.
I'm sure, but I learned exceptionally quick. But yeah, you could just simply we could talk, and maybe as we talk, you can just tell me some words, and I'll try to put them to memory and whatnot. And,
Yeah, and Socks is actually like got the native tongue. So if you practice with him too, like we'll both like teach you a word or two, and then maybe eventually get to try having a conversation with him because he's probably got like all the what is it called?
the dialect.
Pronunciation and whatnot.
Yes.
Like if you have to roll your tongue or fork your tongue, because draconic, yeah, dragon joke.
Good. I look forward to it. It'll be enlightening.
And his name's Kidlick. That's who we must go visit.
Is that the dude that gave us the tents?
No.
No, that's the guy we were supposed to go look for before all hell broke loose.
Yeah, he knows about the trading routes. Knows about fishing.
Whoa, wait, hold on. You're talking about the guy that's in charge of the militia, right?
I don't know. Is his name
The-
Kidlick?
The former fisherman, the guy that was the fisherman, and he was yeah. That's the guy that brought you the supplies. He's the militia leader.
The one that lives outside of town?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I know who I didn't know that was his name. But we're gonna go talk to him. I was told to go talk to him.
All right.
That'll
So
make him easier to find then.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I think she drew you a map even, but
She did draw me a map.
it's not difficult to find. Light of day, there's actually quite a few people moving around in Hannunah. I guess I should actually go back to the Hannunah music now that we're done with the. All right. So there's actually people moving around through Hannunah. It's more than you expected, given the number of homes that you see around. The majority of them appear to be turtles. Every so often, you'll see a human or a dwarf. Occasionally, very, very rarely, you might see an elf. But for the most part, it's turtles. Now that it's daylight out and people are moving around, the center of Hannunah itself, as you're passing through towards, as you're going from west to east, essentially, and as you're passing through the center area of Hannunah, it seems to be more of just an open market where there's just stalls set up that you can pass through. You can see Socks is currently at one of them, uh, talking with somebody, and you know that from this point it's not going to take you too far to get to your destination. Uh, you're about halfway through town, and you know that as you breach the other half, he's just on the outskirts, closer towards the ocean. So you make your way up. It's very small, very small. It looks like it's probably a one-room hut with a classic thatch roof, and it looks to be clay adobe walls. And it's sitting just alone by itself.
Doesn't sound like it has a door.
Oh, it has a door.
Okay, is there anybody there? Door shut?
The door is shut. It's got a door. It's got a couple of windows around the outside of it too. I mean, you can see. If you wanted to look through the window, you would be able to look through the window, but the door is closed right now.
So they're really low to the ground windows.
I mean, I didn't say you wouldn't have to pull yourself up to look at the window.
I gotcha. I'll just knock on the door.
Okay. All right. You hear, hold on, and some movement, some shuffling, and then it's. You look. There's a window right next to the door, and you can see as this turtle head, this familiar face, kind of sticks its way up and looks, and it sees. Who all went again?
When,
I still don't know.
Oh, it was Dee or Dee. I don't know if Dee did. I invited him
I'm there.
Okay, Dee
and I
did
know
go.
Willie's
Okay.
there.
Okay.
with his.
So if Dee went, he sees Dee first, and he sort of looks, and then there's a look of recognition, and as he opens the door, he says, "Oh, all of you. Hi."
Hello.
He gestures, "Come on in. It's a little small, but you can feel free to come in."
So I come in, look around.
It's pretty small. It's obvious that he spends more time not here than here. There's a couple of bookshelves that seem to be covered in older books. There's one table that's set up underneath of a window with one stool that's shoved underneath of it. It's small enough. It's just large enough for one person to sit and eat. There's a pot-bellied stove that's sitting on the back side of it with a couple of cabinets that are hung up on the wall that are obviously used as pantries. And there's one hammock that is strung across the side. And there's two chairs that are, it looks to be his entertaining chairs. So you suspect that most of the time when he does have company, it's no more than one person at a time. And he makes his way over and sits down in one of the chairs that has the padding on it, and gestures to the other one. And then there's a stool under the table, and it's a sturdy table if you want to sit on that. I don't normally have guests.
I'll climb up on a chair. So that was quite the night, huh? Happened
Yeah.
a lot.
No, well, I should say it didn't used to happen a lot. It still doesn't happen a lot per se. It's just more of a more frequent occurrence as of late, I guess.
That is sad. But I didn't come here to talk about that. I am actually looking for my dad. Just right to the point here.
Okay.
Um, Word is that he has come through Hannunah, but he got onto ships, onto a boat or something, heading somewhere, and I was told that you knew about the trading routes. About, well, maybe not trading routes, maybe just the routes that boats were taking. And I was just trying to get an idea of maybe where he could have gone. Which way are still out of. If I wanted to leave town, what options do I have? Especially if that's my dad.
Well, there's the North Ferry and the South Ferry. I'm assuming your dad is a halfling.
He is a halfling.
Okay. Uh, I've been trying to keep a closer look at visitors as they come into town and leave. We don't get visitors too frequently. Uh, it's more often that we have people that want to leave something behind and come here and stay, as opposed to somebody using Hannunah as, trade with the swamp off the northern side of the river, and then you've got that forest on the other side between us. He goes over, he gets up out of his chair, and he goes over and he grabs a large scroll off of his bookcase and brings it over and sets it down on the table and unrolls it. And as he unrolls it, you can see that it's a chart of it's zoomed in more on the eastern side of this continent. So let me move us back over. So he starts to explain that the swamp itself tends to cause issues with having any sort of actual trade routes that exist, because to move anything from, for instance, Broken Tusk to Providence, it's much harder because you can't really get wagons through to Providence. And when it comes to sailing, it's just easier to go around as opposed to coming through Hannunah and, of course, trying to move it. So Hannunah is and has been used more frequently in the past years as a getaway for people that are trying to leave their old life behind. It's quiet. There's not a lot of action that happens out here, and most people that make it here, nobody really comes looking for them. So it's not necessarily known as a refuge for the ne'er-do-wells, but people that just want a fresh start, I guess. Because they can find work and make a living. But as he starts to describe all this to you, you can see to the south of Hannunah there is a sort of forest that leads into a mountain range, and most people don't come from or go out of the southern ferry, and it's rare that the northern ferry gets used too frequently, because the way it works is where they have pickups at. I'm going to put little dots on our map here. I'm going to put little red dots. So he explains to you that where they pick up at tend to be farther out a little ways so that it's safer to pick up people, and then they bring them back in to their docks closest to where Hannunah proper is. You see the dots?
I see the dots.
All right, is that making sense?
Yes, for the most part. Apparently, there's 2 docks in Hannunah.
Yes, north and south. They don't have like a huge fishing fleet. They do have some docks that are out off the ocean, but it's not like a huge fishing fleet. A lot of their fishing gets done off river.
All right, it makes sense. Well, I that is So the north is, yeah. I heard that he most likely went off the south, but I just was verifying. What was the time frame?
Actually, hold on, wait. I'm forgetting something here. Because they will go farther down. They patrol down the river, so they have pickups, drop-offs down in this area too. Sorry. So, as the ferry goes up and down the river and does their patrols, they will pick up and drop off. There's docks in those places as well.
Yeah, going that way is backwards though.
If that would be backwards, then the only other place that he would have gotten off at would have been out toward Broken Tusk.
Although I am from Cambridge, and well, so is my father, and he was coming from Providence. He's going a weird way.
Is he? What's he looking for?
I have no idea. I'm looking for him. I probably shouldn't be looking for him.
He sort of gives a shrug without knowing what he's looking for or what he's trying to do. I couldn't really tell you. I can find out. I can find out who was working the ferry that dropped him off and see if they can tell me which one he dropped him off at. That would be the easiest way to get, an accurate answer for you.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I can
Right now,
find
I'm
that
just
out.
going off of hunches, but I'm guessing he's running from something, someone. I have no idea.
Well, I'll be honest, running from something or someone, either one of those seem like a bad choice to me. Cayman's Folly, you've got the Brigands, and then Broken Tusk. Kind of gives a shrug. I mean, they seem to be better than most of, goblins and orcs that you come across, but at the same time, there's still goblins and orcs in there that are probably just trying to lay low. Sort of, use it as a cover. And kind of shrugs, but that's just my guess. I'm old. I might just be paranoid.
So I have no idea. So your guess is as good as mine. I could
Well, I'll
just be
find
guessing
out.
what's going on. Yes,
I'll
if you
find
could.
out who was working the ferry. I'll find out who dropped him off, and I'll see where and if he had any inclination to tell them where he was heading to. Because if he's trying to go back to Cambridge, it looks like it'd be about the same distance either way.
Yeah, and I don't imagine he would backtrack, but he possibly could. I don't know. But
And
anyways, that's.
Did you tell him that he was coming through the swamp? That he came through the swamp to get here?
I was telling him that going back up the river would be backtracking.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that you're not giving him any, what kind of details you're actually giving. Because I want to make sure that he's not reading into anything or making assumptions that he wouldn't be able to make otherwise.
No, we coming from Providence was where we'd be coming from. That's what I
Okay.
would have told him.
Okay.
And when he suggested that, going upstream more, that would have been backtracking. Not to say he wouldn't be doing it. I don't know what he's doing.
I got you. Well, he's agreed that he'll happily find out who was working the ferry and where they dropped him off.
Yeah. But I was also told not to find him. Or I wasn't given instructions on stay away from me.
Gotcha. Well, we'll figure it out. It'll take me. I mean, I probably won't know until. Are you staying at the inn?
No, we're taking off pretty soon. So staying at the boat, wherever the boat was. I'm guessing South Dock,
Krillok's boat.
Krillok's boat.
Mm-hmm. The stolen ferry. Yeah. Yeah, I know where he keeps it.
Wait,
Don't worry.
Stolen ferry.
Oh, he didn't tell you?
No, he did not tell us.
Yeah. We used to run 4 ferries. It was just the north, instead of having one ferry that went from end all the way down to end, we had 2, and it would just, one would go north and one would go south on the river. And, but that was a long time ago because we had one, well, we had 4. One became too derelict and we just decided not to fix it. But the reason we just decided not to deal with it was because the first one went missing because one of our ferrymen threw a temper tantrum and decided he was going to steal the ferry because he didn't like his job anymore. So instead of finding a different job, he decided to steal our ferry and then turn it into whatever that is. But I know where he keeps it.
Don't really care. You just let him.
He's got a good family.
All right.
He
Not
puts
worth
money
fighting
back
over.
in the town. Come on, he puts money in town.
Not worth fighting over. Man, we get by with 2 ferry. Honestly, it gives our ferrymen more time. They cycle their shifts, their schedules. So, a little bit longer on the river, but you get a little bit more time off. It's not a bad thing. Nobody really complained.
It's kind of sound like you need 3 ferries, though.
It's gonna kind of ponder that for a second.
I mean, you got 3 directions you're ferrying people in. But not important. That's not. I'm not here for politics.
He kind of shrugs. I don't know. It never really bothered me any.
It doesn't bother me one bit.
He was all right until he threw his tantrum, like a big whiny baby. Stole the ferry.
Well, sounds like you kind of gave it to him.
Well, by the time we saw it again, it didn't look the same. But fair enough.
Maybe that's
Also-
a good conversation one day.
Also, I wasn't in charge of any of that, so wasn't my problem. But we'll figure it out.
Speaking of your problem, I have two points of order for you, sir. One is that the chieftain of the lizard folk who attacked you has been slain. He was not okay. There's a lot more points. He was not living anymore when we slain him, so he was like an undead. I'm sure Tonka will fill you in, but he was a undead, so he might come back again. So, yay! But the lizard folk who he took over would probably like to settle peacefully because they had no part in him. He kind of aggressively inserted himself into their tribe. So I gave them one of these, and she's gonna hand him one of the mechanical mouses she likes to make. I gave him one of these, and it's supposed to be peace. So if you have a lizard shaman that comes in and shows this, because you're one of the military people, so I'm assuming that you would hear of it. He wants to come for peace talks, not any more bloodshed. But the bad one might come back, but we took care of him. So I don't know. Just letting you know, because you're the military figurehead here.
All right, so let me make sure I got this in line. So the lizard folk that were there were not. So they were peaceful, and then this guy came in and made them not peaceful anymore, and then that's when our trouble started, is what I'm gathering from this. And now you're telling me that you killed it, but it was already dead, so you killed it.
Yes, his people merged with this tribe. He hostily took it over and inserted himself as the chieftain, and he was considered a hero among certain select lizard clans. This one was not one of those. He was a false prophet.
Right, I'm following to this point, but then we get to the point where you're saying it was already dead, and then you killed it again.
I still have.
Undead. I'll just kind of proclaim.
Yeah.
So it was okay. So all right, so like okay, a zombie lizard, and
Right.
and you killed it. So you killed the dead thing. All right, now I'm following. Did you burn it or something? What do you mean it might come back? Like, can it come back if you burn it?
I don't think this one's going to come back. The lizard shaman dealt with its remains, and I'm sure it was dealt with on a more permanent basis.
Yeah, but the person that brought it back to life is still out there.
Yes, the thing that created it is still out there. So we should just. I guess she's trying to warn you to be careful of
The threat
thinking
is not gone.
that the entirety of the lizard folk are bad. If something does come awry, it might not necessarily mean that all of the lizard folk are behind it, because there will be some that are looking out to defeat such a threat if it shows its ugly face again.
Perhaps you should stay in touch with us.
At the very least, stay in touch with the lizard folk, especially the shaman.
Well, if they want to come
Name
talk,
is-
I'll talk.
His name is Steven.
His name is Sakal.
Yes, Steven Sakal. Yes. Really odd name for lizard folk, but you know. What does that translate to,
Right.
Steven Seagal?
I'm not there. I can't say. I have no idea. I'm understanding. Okay. Well, the least we could do, obviously, is to talk with them. We'd like to get back to the normal, peaceful nature of our existence instead of having to worry about them coming down and burning down homes around the elderly.
I should say so.
Wait, he said he was looking for something. So there's something in that building he was looking for. A gem.
Hmm?
I don't know. Some
You know what, Ari? It's okay. I think when we leave, that it'll follow us, because like the undead dude saw us, so I'm sure like his master saw us. So I'm just warning you that something may happen. So keep up your defenses. Like it's not all taken care of, because we don't know if it'll come back or not. But hopefully the majority of the threat will follow us when we leave.
we
soon.
weren't in the building though. Unless we acquired what was in the building.
We have the puzzle box. We have the puzzle box that came from the undead, and we are taking it with us.
But was the puzzle box in the building that they lived?
Ari, let's go to the boat.
Okay.
He looks exceptionally confused, but he will stand to see you out of the one room. He actually steps out as well. I'm gonna go find out about the ferry. So I'll send someone younger than me to walk all the way down where he docks that boat at. And they'll let you know what I find out.
So you're hesitant to even call it a boat, huh?
Well, it was a ferry. And now apparently he likes to take it out onto the ocean, which it was definitely not intended for. So if that's your plan, I would urge you caution. Just friend to friend.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you for everything.
Of course. I'll send word as quick as I can.
On our way back, I want to do some quick shopping. I want a bedroll and a knife
Easy enough to find.
and a cloak.
All right.
Might be kind of hard to find a cloak in my size.
Oh my god, do you want this one? It fits perfect.
Yes, I do want that one.
And okay, now put your hands on your hips and like thrust out your pelvis. And I mean your chest, not your pelvis. Jesus.
Okay.
Oh my.
I hit the clip button. All right, so she. Go ahead. You handled that.
No.
If you follow her instructions,
I follow her instructions for I don't know why. She hasn't led me astray so far.
it does nothing at first,
Now
and
it
then you start to think about why would she ask you to do this with this cloak, and then it's sort of you have this sort of connection with the synapse, and then the cloak, and then it starts to billow behind you, as if there's strong wind.
So it's not really being a cloak too well.
It is billowing heroically behind you.
I think it's kind of defeating the purpose of a cloak. I will. I'll
As you start thinking this, like this defeats the purpose of a cloak, it stops and
okay.
goes back to being a cloak. So you gather that
Yeah.
you can make this thing billow behind you at will.
Nice.
Well, okay, we're gonna take a quick break because it's 10 o'clock. So we're gonna go ahead and take our quick break here, and then we will pick back up after about 5 to 10 minutes. So we're gonna get drinks and handle business, and then we'll be right back at it. All right. So we're gonna pick back up. So while the party is doing, or the majority of the party, I should say, is out near the market, and they're having their conversation with Kidlick, we will go to Krillock, who is still on the Kilbride.
So I'm gonna take my little clamshell with the gem in it and actually put it in my. Or well, first off, I need to open my storage area to make sure our original package is still in place.
It is still in place.
Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that, and I'm gonna like trying to fix it to the top, like underneath and up to the top. If that makes sense. So like, if you looked in there, you wouldn't see it. You'd see the original package, but this will be like a fix to the top somehow.
What you got in mind?
Is there Velcro in?
No hook and loop.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Ooh, tar. Like some kind of tar resin that gets sticky. Like I'm sure I have some of that on the boat somewhere for damage control. So I'll take some of that and use that to stick it up in there. So that way, if you look in there, you'll see the box. But like, you got to really get in there and look to see
Okay.
the clam gem thing.
Okay, so the box is down there in view, and then you're putting your clamshell. I thought you were talking about the box. So your clamshell's going up. Okay, yeah. No, yeah. If you look down in there, you don't see that at all, unless you
Alright.
know it's there, or you've like put your head upside down in there to look.
And then for the rest of the time while they're all gone, I'm just gonna make sure like everything else on the boat that doesn't need restocking, you know, because obviously Sox is doing that. Make sure everything else is ready to go, you know, make sure the sails are good, make sure all my rigging's tight,
Okay.
grease up all any kind of block and tackle or pulleys or whatever I need.
Okay. All right, so you give it the once over. If that's it for what you had in mind for Krillock, then we are going to go back to the rest of the party in the market area. So was there anyone else that wanted to browse besides Ari? Or was...
I was getting a regular cloak and giving Ari the cloak ability.
Okay.
Okay, back. I'm sorry. Cloak of
You're
Billow.
fine.
Which where we at? What shop? Currently?
It's an open market, so
Oh.
there's different stalls that are set up, and it's all in a pretty big open spot. So you walk through, there's people. It's not throngs of people because it's not a super heavily populated village, but there's a fair amount. You can find most anything that you'd be looking for, within, of course, reason. Reason being not magical or rare.
So, like, if I'm looking for a knife, a pillow, a bedroll, and a little chopping axe.
Yes. I actually looked some of that up and went ahead and did some pricing there while we were on break. And you can find all of those items that you are currently looking for 9 gold pieces. I'm sorry, Remy's behind you being adorable.
Is he begging?
Yes.
I will get him 9 gold pieces.
It looked like he was cheering you on from the back there, so it was
Yeah,
adorable.
He begs that way.
Right.
I will 9 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is the expensive one?
That's at a discount. They actually gave you a discount because they recognize you for...
I was just trying to figure out what the expensive one was.
Which expensive one?
An expensive item, the 9 gold pieces. Something's got to be. One of these got to be exotic.
Well, that's with the bedroll, a hatchet, a knife, and what was the other thing?
pillow. A pillow.
A pillow? Well, that
Yeah.
would come with a bedroll.
Oh,
I'm getting the cloak, not him
Yeah,
or her.
right. I did the math with the discount.
okay. That's what I will get. And I will let my dog out.
Is this the same place that I had been in before and asked if they had any books?
I don't
'Cause
think
I know
you guys-
that before I had asked one place if they had any books.
that was the end. That was the end. You asked her at the end if she had any books.
So I'm gonna ask, do you have any books of any kind? Anything literature, or maybe even books about your language, or just literature books? Do you have any books?
The turtle that's working at the stall that you're currently at would say no, but they would address you to another stall where they would have books that you can look at. So,
Okay.
what are you
I'm
looking
gonna go
for?
there. I'm just gonna look and see what kind of books they have. Maybe anything that has any sort of spells in it. Anything with languages, and anything with historical records of the area.
All right. As far as for the area, there's not a lot of written recounting. As I believe we've mentioned before that Hannunah, the turtles themselves tend to pass their history on through wordage. They pass their history down through story.
Do they have any
Story
herbalism books?
But well, hold on, I'll get to that one. But so history of the area, no. Anything around the arcane, nothing that's factual. You can find more fictional arcane books, like, sort of, I'm not gonna say kids books, but more of like story. It's not any sort of factual casting spells. It's more just about stories of wizards and great daring feats and whatnot. Now, what was the other thing you were asking about? Language?
Yeah, languages.
There are some books on languages. Give me 1 second. Are you looking for a language in specifically, or are you just wanting to know what they have?
Yeah, I guess what they have. I mean, being that he is out here in the wild and he's come across the inability to communicate, I'm gonna be wishing that he spoke something more languages of kind. So I mean, he's already wanting to learn Draconic, and he has a source of Draconic. So anything else?
All right. There's
The Tortle language would be interesting to him as well.
turtles learn how to speak Aquan, which is more of an elemental language, but that's something that turtles don't record, so it's less. That's something that's again taught and not necessarily written. So you're not gonna find anything on Aquan. But there are 2 language books, and they are for. Right, so there's one book for Cam. What do we decide? Cam Wright.
I'm sorry, hold on.
No, forgive me. Hold on, my world building. There's way too many things in my brain.
So it's Camerizian.
Okay, so one is a book that is written in Common, and it translates Camrizian, which is the language that is spoken on Rockham Rock. The people of Rockham Rock.
Hey, Carrick.
Yes.
I can read that.
You know that language?
Yeah, it's the reason why I learned Draconic is because like they're the old school magic, but those people, the Camrizians, they use and bend magic in a different way, which is super cool, kind of like how I do. So I kind of studied up on them and tried to figure out their language so I could apply it to my stuff.
Interesting. I'll put my hand on the book and I'll pull it towards me. What else is there?
The other one is a book that is written in Elven, or Elvish, and it is a book that is it's sort of the basics of Sylvan. And those are the 2 language books.
All right. And how much for these 2 books?
It looks over, sort of takes it, checks the binding. The turtle's looking at the book, checks the binding, looks at the title. I'd say 5 gold for both.
So, and I'm gonna pull 5 gold out and slide it across the table. And I'll pick them up and I'll turn and I'll open them up and start to kind of thumb through the whatever book's on top. Doesn't matter, both of them. I'll be looking at both.
Okay. All right, so you have an Elvish guide to the beginnings of Sylvan, and you have a book in Common that is a translation book. So it's like a translator for Camrizian. So mark that down. All right, now Dee Dee, you were looking for an herbalism book, right?
Yes.
I've so missed rolling dice. Hey, as luck would have it, you do find it's a book that is a very generic sort of
For dummies.
Sort of. It's like a super generic. These are this. So it has drawings of leaves, and then it has a label and a very short description. And it's not super in depth. It's not very thick, but I guess it would be sort of like if you were looking at an encyclopedia of herbs, it would be probably section 1.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, it's gonna be 2 gold then.
Okay. Do you want me to just speed through this, or do you want me to? Because I have the whole list of things I want.
Yeah, just give it to me.
Okay, so herb. I got the herb. I'm gonna be looking for healer's kit, soap, healing potion, a hooded lantern, a candle. There was one more thing. Oh, and a tankard. Oh, and a small pot, like a kettle, or I don't know.
It's like a tea kettle, not like a saucepan pot.
Yeah, just like a tea kettle.
Okay. That is all doable. So obviously the easy supplies to delve out are the stuff that you can find in the PHB, because you can find everything you can find in the PHB on here.
Okay.
So give me just 1 second and I'll give you a price on what that's gonna be.
Even the potion?
Not the potion. Now you will be able to find a healing potion, but it's gonna take me a second to get a price on that one.
You're going.
Can we hold off on the potions because it's gonna lead into where Lily wants to go shopping as well.
Okay.
Also, can you make potions?
Okay, so going off the prices in the handbook.
No. I'm using those as base prices
Oh.
because you guys are currently getting a discount because of your help with the burning building, and people are recognizing you as those that have helped, because word has spread around town of your group.
Oh, and a dagger.
Ari, I'm an alchemist. Of course I make potions.
Well, I mean, it seems like it'd be cheaper to buy the ingredients than the actual potions. I just, trying to help you.
Yeah, that's but then it takes like 24 hours for me to do it, and it's like actually spending 24 hours doing it. So it's the cost of labor.
But maybe if I help you, it'll go quicker.
Or it explodes in our face.
One of the two. You learn one way or the other. Well, I may learn one way or the other.
Sorry, stay by. I'm almost done here. How nice of a tankard are you looking here?
Whoa. What are my options?
Anything from just your basic wooden tankard to, I mean, you could even find some decorated metal tankards.
I'd like a fancy one.
You want a fancy one? The price difference for you at a discount. So you're looking basic, about a gold piece. I just threw my pen. Basic, about a gold piece, and then the most fancy, about 15 gold pieces.
Okay, let's stick with the gold. The 1 gold piece.
All right, so like your basic wooden tankard?
Yeah.
Okay. So for 10 gold pieces and 2 copper, you are able to get a healer's kit, soap, a candle, a hooded lantern, a tea kettle, a dagger, and and they even threw in the oil for the hooded lantern for free with the purchase of the lantern.
So everything except for the potion.
That should be everything except for the potion, yeah.
Okay. And you said 10 gold.
10 gold and 3 copper.
3 copper.
All right, so getting on to where you would be searching for the potions. So there's a elderly turtle who has a stall, and he is set up, and there's a whole lot of alchemical supplies and various different instruments strewn across the table. And then there's little racks that have vials sitting down on one corner, and they all just have one singular letter written on the cork and the top of them. That seems to be his filing system.
So, Didi, did you want to learn how to make stuff or find ingredients? I'm very confused about what you're trying to do here.
I'm learning.
Yes, you're educating yourself.
Yes. And as everything I
There's
can.
2 different fields. You want to do both?
Well, I was, yeah, and my tea.
Tea's more of Carrick's thing.
To make tea?
You're talking in front of the stall, right?
Yes.
All right, so as you're talking, the turtle's not really saying anything, but as you're mentioning things, he's holding stuff up, and like right there at the end, he's holding up like a little tea, like a tea infuser, like the little ball on a chain with one eyebrow up.
Oh, I'm gonna come over and say, how much for that?
3 silver.
Aha, 3 silver. I'm gonna reach out and grab it and give him 3 silver. I've been needing one of these.
He gives it to you and immediately replaces it with an exact copy, looking over at Didi again, eyebrow up.
Yes, please.
3 silver.
So did you get your herbalist kit?
I did get that, right?
Okay, so then you need the alchemy supply. You know, with the vials. There you go. That.
Okay, so I need now that.
And then just put it in a pile. There's a few things that you can't. So
Okay, what else am I missing?
do you know of any swamp flowers or even trade flowers or ingredients that come through in to make healing property potions or maybe some resistances?
I use them.
I know, but do you sell them as well?
I sell what I make.
Do you know of any plants in the swamp that we could keep an eye out? Maybe like you could show me a picture of your journals that we can keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Because you know we could always sell back to you, not just keep them. Because you know our friend Krilak travels through here with the ferry, and he could like bring them to you.
He reaches in his shell and pulls out this small leather-bound book that has a rubber band around it, and pops the rubber band off and starts flipping through and shows you a sketch. I'm sure you recall the flower that you found. It's a sketch of that flower. This is the one in the swamp. This is what grows.
Okay. But you have no ingredients yourself to sell. No.
I brew everything that I have and sell it. And when it gets close to going bad, I donate it.
Do you have any healing potions on hand to buy?
A few. For you all, special discount. 40 gold pieces apiece. He looks over at Dee Dee, who's making a face. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it.
So just Dee Dee, I'll give you half. That way you can have one at least. I know we're lacking.
I could buy one. But how much do I owe for everything now in this pile?
So the pile at this moment is just alchemy supplies. So you're wanting to add a potion onto the alchemy supplies, right?
Yeah, let's see what we at. Where we standing?
85.
That's the best you can do.
Without losing money.
You sure? I mean,
Make a persuasion. I wish that I could do more, but I'm already given 5 gold off the alchemy supplies and 10 gold off the healing potion, so
fair enough. No. Business. I understand.
from normal price. Obviously, there's a markup, but not for you. It's about what it takes.
Hmm. I'm thinking about it. Really, I kind of need to get some like using that bow earlier. Really made me think. I can't help when I'm like when things are far away from us.
Kind of. He reaches over and grabs a little vial of clear liquid and like holds it up too.
What's that?
Poison.
So you just throw it? Or like,
No, you put. I mean, yes, but not like you don't throw the whole thing. You take like, you could take your arrows. You said bow. Take your arrows and dip it in the poison, and then it's.
You know, I'm tight on funds here. And I need a bow. But you charge me 85 for this, so.
Well,
So I'm trying to think. You know, I'm just talking out loud, and you started talking to me, so I'm talking to you.
oh yeah, sure, yes, definitely. I was just saying it's poison. If you had something, you could dip it. I don't think it would work with rocks. Rocks are free, but likely.
But you could put poison in that rock. You could use that poison you have, put it on a rock, and throw the rock. And that
I'm
wouldn't
thinking probably not.
work. I don't think that would work, right?
No, probably not. No, it would have to penetrate. So something like an arrow or a crossbow bolt or like a dart or something.
I do. You know, that's a great thought. I like where you're going with it.
Mhm.
But I think it might have to be a later time.
Okay. Sort of.
DM, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
On a monk.
Yeah.
It's just simple weapons, right? No. And the simple weapons, does that include simple ranged?
Yes.
Okay, so I would add my proficiency to a short bow.
I do believe so.
And now a dart. I'm thinking just like regular billiards dart. That's not right, right?
Well, typically speaking, when you're talking in terms of darts, like the D&D darts, it's more of a just a straight pointed. It can be thrown. So it's sort of like it's not like darts as in like a finned dart that you would throw at a dartboard, but it is something that's it's more of a traditional, just a thin straight piece of spiked metal.
Okay, Lily, I'll be back. I want to go run and try to find someone that would sell something like that, either darts or a short bow.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely find either of those, whichever one you're looking for.
Okay, so how many come in a little bundle of the darts, or is it just a dart?
Well, a dart, it is normally 5 copper pieces per dart. So you're looking at a silver for a pair, so a gold for 4. Did I just do that math right? I don't think I did that math right.
I wasn't paying attention to your math.
So hold on, I'm mathing again. Yeah, because 1 silver would be 2 darts. So no, 5. So 10 would be a gold, I think. I don't math well in my brain.
Would it be 20 for a gold?
Actually, it would, wouldn't it?
I think so.
Why can I not math right now? Am I that tired to where I can't do simple math in my brain?
One gold is 20 darts.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
on the book it says 20 for 1 for arrows, but I don't see darts.
Dart is listed as a simple ranged weapon. It's not listed under.
No, I meant like for the ammo, like, or you just because
Right.
I see that. Oh shit! I just lost my.
Yeah, dart's not ammo. Dart's a weapon.
But regardless, short bow is typically 25 gold, and then of course the ammo, like you said, it's a gold for 20. And darts, you're looking at 20 gold for, or no, 1 gold for 20. Sorry. The range is very drastic on those, though, because the range without disadvantage is 20 feet with a dart, whereas the range without disadvantage for a short bow is 80 feet, or a light crossbow for 80 feet. But the light crossbow does have the loading property as well, so that's something to remember for attacks later on. Wanda.
It has the loading property.
Yes, crossbows have the loading property.
What is that?
Short bows don't.
I'm gonna just take a gold worth of darts.
Okay, that's 20 darts.
I've not been using my loading property. I don't even know what that is.
For the light crossbow?
Yep.
It's bonus action to load it, I believe, is what it is.
Oh, okay. I'll keep
I'll
that.
have to-
in mind.
I'll have to look back at that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Normally, if I'm going to be using a crossbow, I take the crossbow feat. Because of time required to load this weapon, you can only fire 1 piece of ammunition from it when you use an action, bonus action, or reaction to fire it, regardless of the number of attacks you can normally make. So it just means it's not bonus action to load. I'm totally wrong. It just means that you can only fire once per turn from a crossbow.
Yeah, I'm gonna run back to Lily.
Okay.
So how much was that poison?
Oh! She, like, reaches over and picks a vial up again. 2 gold.
2 gold. How much do you think I could get, like, for, like, if you were gonna put it on an arrow, like, how much would that last me? You think?
20?
Okay, 2 gold. Okay, so we're at 87.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I handed him 87 gold.
All right. Done. So you got alchemy supplies, a healing potion, and a vial of poison for 20 uses of adding poison to the darts. 20 uses of poison. And I'll give you the DC on that later. All right, was anybody else shopping for anything?
Yeah, I'm fixing to type a list out, and you can just tell me how much it'll be.
Okay. All right, well,
That's just a basic poison, right?
I haven't looked at it yet, honestly.
Okay, I'll wait on that.
That.
Sweet tits. None of that is listed in the player's handbook, so I'm gonna have to wing this whole thing.
Yeah, just wing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting it to be somewhere around, probably 15 gold, something like that, probably. Whatever you think. I'm just gonna put some supplies on the boat because yeah. And an assortment of some spices. Salt, some pepper.
Most of this is pretty easy. Actually, all this is pretty easy for them. With the exception of rice, which I don't think they really would have, like, rice fields in the area. So rice is going to be more of an imported good.
Do you not know how to grow rice?
I know it requires fields and water.
A swamp like this type where the river branches like that and Hannunah? No. How it branches like Hannunah, that is perfect for rice growing.
Says the rice expert.
If you know what? If you would like to write
L2
the
rice.
imports, exports, and agricultures of this world, then we'll compare notes later. But
I just
until
want to buy
then,
some stuff. Give me a number.
that's what I was trying to do, but now it's taking longer because someone is trying to argue with me about rice availability here. It's so hard to please everyone. About 20. I would think about 20. To get good stuff.
Alright.
To get good fresh stuff, yeah.
Alright, I will put that in my list of things.
Alright.
And a little pouch wouldn't be hard to come across, would it?
No.
Darts in.
Oh, no. No. You know what? Honestly, they probably would have given you a dart case for the darts. Just a wooden, it's like a small wooden glass box.
Oh, okay.
Alright, was that all the shopping?
Can you have this delivered down to Krillok's boat? I don't really think I can really lug around all this and the chickens and whatnot. Can that be delivered?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Right. Thank you.
Alright. So as you're all getting ready to make your way back toward the Kilbrine, it's closing in on lunchtime, and Socks is gonna come hurrying up and look around at you all. And he's gonna sort of stop and say, "So did Krillok stay on the boat?"
No.
No clue.
It's not music I'm gonna play.
Well, he didn't come with us, so I assume he stayed there.
I'm guessing if he was on the boat, I don't know.
I need to label things better. This definitely does not convey what I'm trying to do here. All right, so look. Normally, I wouldn't go around behind my guy like this, but I want to ask a question because I couldn't help but hear the conversation on the boat. And he just kind of gestures all of you off to the side, sort of out of the general thoroughfare of where everyone's walking and gathering. Come on, come over here and let's talk for a minute. I got a couple of questions.
Okay, I'll follow.
I follow, fiddling with my new dart. Trying to do that little quarter thing with your fingers.
Kirik or Lily, you guys gonna follow or stay
yeah.
put?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Okay. So as you get over, he lowers his voice and he starts to look around a little bit. And he's gonna look at Lily directly. So, given the conversation earlier, like, how dangerous are we talking here about what's going on? Do we know? Is this like a...
See, the strange person burst into my shop, where I create these gizmos, and killed a man for the package, and then tried to kill us and teleport away. And then an undead lizard folk was lizards were trying to kill turtles for a gem, and then he got turned into an undead because he failed, and then he killed more turtles. So I don't know. You tell me how dangerous you think this is.
I guess what I'm getting at here is... So there's... I'm confused. So the lizards were trying to get to the box thing, maybe? That we're hiding on the ship? Is that what they're after?
Was the
Lily-
box thing,
We don't know. It's a gem.
where did the box thing come from?
Lily's gonna look at Socks and say, Carrick. In Draconic, she's gonna say, Krillock was given a gem by his uncle in a clamshell. And he's probably hidden it by now, but I'm pretty sure since it came from Scout, where he and his uncle fled from, is the gem they were looking for. And he doesn't want to tell these good people about it for his own reasons, but I feel like they deserve to know because their life is at stake too. But I can't do anything, and you can't do anything, and I'm freaking out. But yeah.
He's gonna look
I
uncomfortably...
really wish I knew how to speak that language, and I'm gonna try to say hello in Draconic.
He's gonna look uncomfortably around, and he's also gonna look directly at Dee Dee, and in Draconic he's gonna say, he can understand you, right?
Good! Because now I don't have to worry about
Maintaining Draconic for a moment, he's just gonna say, but that's the thing, the lizard folk, not the box.
No, some other demon thing wants the box.
Oh, that's not better. Look,
So
He's-
I have
he's
no
gonna-
idea what you guys are saying, but I can tell you that the lizards were after something in that building.
Lily's just gonna sit down and start just crying into her hand. Like, this is so dumb.
Was a
Stupid,
gem.
stubborn turtle.
look, he's gonna switch back into common now. Okay, I get it. There's a lot of tension here. There's a lot of stuff going on, all right? We're all stressed out. I'm stressed out. I just spent time in a swamp with lizards
I-
3 times my
I can make
size that would
tea.
love to eat me.
Tea's coming.
I don't really drink tea, but I do know that I ordered a whole lot of food to be delivered to the boat, and so I'm
shit.
excited that I did put in a couple of barrels of grog. So we're gonna have some ale on the boat. What are you all shitting?
But I ordered food too. I didn't know that there was gonna be. I got some potatoes and some rice and some live chickens that I can slaughter later, and some mushrooms, and I got some things. We'll have plenty to. We'll eat like kings. Shit.
That's a small boat, and you're putting chickens on there? That's gross. Chickens are gross.
Well,
They stink.
Well, yeah. Well, eventually I'm gonna kill them and prepare them. But,
Yeah. Okay, you know what? None of that's important at the moment. And he stops. How much? No, never mind. We'll deal with it later. So... Man, I could have saved all that gold. Anyway,
Me too.
well, he sent me out to stock the ship. He didn't send you out to stock the ship.
Nobody
He
said
said, "Go
anything
stock
to
the
me,
ship."
and at this point, all the secrets, and he doesn't tell anybody any damn thing. I didn't want to go hungry, and I figured it'd be rude if I just got food
What?
for me to eat. So, but
Alright, first of all, you're talking about my
needs to
man
be
all
more
wrong. It's the
communicated.
wrong tone. I don't appreciate it.
just
Because
saying,
look,
communication.
he sent me out for supplies right in front of you. I was standing there, you were standing there, you heard him send me out for supplies. But regardless, okay, it's fine. It's fine. We can deal with that. Now look, here's the deal about the thing.
What thing?
The box. Are we worried about what's in the box? Do we want to know
Yes.
what's in the box?
No. If I get the box, I'm gonna open it. Go away.
We need
Well,
to know
that's
what's
what
in
I'm
the box.
telling you, is I'm the second piece of that puzzle, Lily. I probably know where the box is.
I think we need to see what's in the box.
Look, I know where Pandora's box is at. All you have to do is tell me you got the key. That's mythology. All you gotta do is tell me you want the damn box. I'll have to think about it. I'm worried. I'm worried, because he is stubborn. He has a tendency of just, nose to the grindstone, get the job done, and I can understand the concern, but I mean, this is his family at this point. I mean, his family was involved in something where somebody wanted something, and if it's related to what's in that box, then it could be bad, I guess. But I'm less
No, the
worried now
package
because I
that
know
we're
about the
delivering
other
is
thing.
not the box they were looking for.
Well, that's why I'm saying now it would require some more thought on my part as to whether I would want to provide this box to you. You would have to convince me that we need to know what's in it now. I was already convinced before, but now I know about the other thing.
Wait, what other thing?
The other thing. The shit.
What other thing?
Nothing.
Fucking Krilla.
I think that is his to know about, and his... he switches to Draconic at that very second. And his to tell people about. So I think that you, and he turns to Dee Dee, and you should let that be his to discuss. But that's just my opinion.
That's what they're looking for, isn't right? Or like we're assuming.
That's what the thing that's dead is looking for. If
Just
Wait,
to
what
let our
thing is he
viewers
looking
know. Dee Dee is
I'm going to
speaking
respond to
common.
you talking in common. What thing they're looking for? All this secretivity is bullshit.
the thing is, if it's his to keep secret, then it's his to keep secret.
But we're not mercenaries.
Who said anything about being mercenaries? We're delivering a package and we're almost there.
All right. I'm gonna pull out my gem. I say, all this thing, this here, all these gems are related to this, and I will make it glow.
That's a pretty... What the fuck?
We need to go to the bill.
Yeah.
When I see the gem, can I roll a history or an arcana to see if I know what this gem might be that he just showed me?
You can.
Or she.
Which one do you want? They're both the same. So I'll do a
I'm
history.
gonna assist because I would get advantage doing it myself. So I'm gonna give him advantage.
Okay.
Well, then that would be a 26.
you are familiar with gemstones being utilized as light sources, which is what he has shown us at this point. What she has shown you at this point is that this gem lights up with a red light. This is something that is not uncommon with gems, as they are often enchanted so that they can be used as a light source. However, less from the history and more from the added the graveness of Ari's tone when discussing this and the finality with what she's trying to say, combined with your knowledge of history, you feel like that this is probably more than just a simple gemstone that's been enchanted. And you imagine that there's reason behind it, but just based off what you've seen, you're not going to know any more than that.
So, a light rock. There's something to the light rock.
There is more to the light rock. Touch the light rock.
Let's go to the boat and show the stubborn old turtle this, because then he might be willing to talk to everybody.
I'm gonna hold my hand out as we're walking and put the rock in my hand, and I would like to maybe do an Arcana on it as I'm walking. Do an Arcana check.
No. I'm gonna let you have it in the middle of walking and then around. With
Okay, all right. Then when we get back
either,
to the
either
boat,
do it in our
fine.
little hidey hubby hole or do it on the boat. But
Then I'll do it right here. I'll just hold my hand out and say, let me look.
What exactly is our surroundings? Where did he lead us?
I think we're just kind of walked away from the boat. I don't think we're like concealed anywhere. If you'd rather wait till we get to the boat, that's fine.
Yes, if we're not hiding somewhere right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was.
we'll go to the boat.
It wasn't so much of like a hidden from vision. It was just sort of outside of earshot from anyone else that Sox wanted to have a discussion. So yeah, it's that. But if you so you make your way back to the boat, and you find Krillok as he's finishing his rounds of checking up on things on the ship, greasing his lines or whatever it is,
Block and tackle.
greasing his block and tackles, which I think is one of those foosball positions.
No.
Um, Yeah, I know what a block and tackle is. I'm just being funny to me.
And the gem is in the necklace, by the way. It's not in the paste. It's set in a necklace.
All right, Krillok. You paying attention?
Yes, Lily.
May I see it now, Lily? I'm sorry, not Lily.
Let's go
Go
below
ahead,
decks.
yeah, you can stop
Socks. Do you want to keep watch up here? Not that you're not privy to, but like you're waiting on deliveries.
Oh yeah, I have food coming too. You can sign for it. We're gonna have a lot of food. Shit.
I don't recommend that you use it.
Well, I don't really know what it does. And what does it do? Where did you get this from?
This is from my father. I don't know where he got it from.
Do you know what it does other than expel light?
It casts a spell, and it does the light thing. But hold it.
What spell is it able to cast?
It makes me or the caster more resilient.
Well, there's
It's
lots of
stronger,
different.
not stronger, strength, but
I know of a lot of different. There are wizards
don't
that are
use-
able to cast spells into stones and objects, and so it's not something that is, I would say, extraordinary. But
yeah, let's just go down to the deck and do your little magic thing on it,
right. Well, I'll go below deck, and
and I'll go with him.
I will put it in my hand. Does it light up when I touch it?
So, concentrating on it. Hold on 1 second, because I have to look back at this real quick to make sure that this is something. So as you hold it in your hand, you are able to focus on the gemstone, and in focusing on it, like you're focusing your arcane energy into it, you're able to make it shine a bright light within 30 feet.
I'm gonna cast Identify on it as a ritual as I'm sitting holding it.
Krillok.
Yes, Lily.
Can I see it again, and can I try and figure out what it is?
See what?
So, so you cast Identify on it, right?
Yes.
Right. You are not able to come up with anything through the magic of Identify. This does not, as far as you can see, as far as what you are understanding from the spell that you cast, and you know that you are doing it properly, that you're not coming up with a name or capabilities, or it seems that it's been heavily masked in a sense. It's a magic, and it has a feel around the weave of the arcane that's not familiar to you. It feels much, much older than what you're used to, like your feeling on magic. Does that make sense, or do I need to explain a little bit more about?
No, yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I'm going to pull my summons out. I'm gonna have my owl come out, and being that my summons is a fae from and it's just in the form of an owl, I'm going to communicate with it telepathically, and I'm gonna ask it, have you ever seen anything like this? And to clarify, I know it's a glowing rock, but anything, does this ring a bell to you in your time in the worlds that you've been in? And I'm just gonna hope I get like a yes or a no from it. I know it can't explain it, but
Ooh, squawk, ooh. No, it doesn't seem to be familiar with what this is.
Bah, and I'm gonna motion my hand, it'll poof back out. This is old. This is there's more to this than I can really say. It's almost like I know what it does, but I can sense it does more. I've never seen anything like it myself, but it's intriguing. It's like there's definitely more to this.
Well,
This is
people are after this, and for whatever reason, they're gathering right now, and I don't know why.
Wait,
Is it
they're
Cliff?
gathering? The people are gathering?
No, these little gemstones. You all have it in little thing. That's why I'm still here.
I'm gonna pull the box out that I have in my pack. I'm beginning to wonder if there's one of these in here, and I'm gonna shake it.
Yes, there's one of those in there, and the package and whatever thing they were talking about in the building that we won't go investigate.
Interesting. I wonder what would happen if there was more than one of these in close proximity. I'm gonna take the box that I have, and I'm gonna take the gemstone, and I'm gonna put it on top of the box, like near it. Does it do anything
puzzle box?
different? Near the puzzle box. I know the puzzle box may be shielded, but I'm gonna just see if it reacts differently.
No.
Near the puzzle box.
Same stone.
I really feel like, I really want to open this box now.
Man, it sure would be a shame if, like, there was an easier way to try. Instead of treating people like they're just pawns.
You hear a slight cough from above the hatch, and it's be more gentle.
What?
Wait, pawns? Can I read like their expressions here? Is it so obvious that I need a roll?
I don't think you would really need to roll because it seems like it seems pretty obvious that Lily is laying it on thick and directing it all toward Krillock, but Krillock is still just looks same old Krillock at the moment.
Still greasing my block and tackle.
Do you not find it interesting that Ari has this gem that glows and like makes her have kind of a rougher skin?
It's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one of those.
I wouldn't. Don't know if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a rougher skin.
I feel like there's something that's being said and not said all at the same time.
You know when you feel like somebody is part of your family and like the family is growing, but one person wants to be stubborn and like just not be a part of the family and sit up in their
Oh,
room and like
yes,
not come
yeah,
down
All
for
right,
the
all right,
family
all right,
dinner.
all right. What did Socks say to you? I know he comes off kind of brash sometimes. What did he say to you? Did he offend you? I'm sorry. Socks, we talked about this.
Socks can't hear you. He's watching for deliveries.
Apparently, Socks is watching for deliveries and can't hear us.
Yes, I ordered some food too. We got a lot of meat.
Is exactly what you heard Socks say as he was coughing above the hatch.
So, once these deliveries come, are you guys ready to set sail?
I would honestly like to know what's going on a little more. I feel like
I feel like maybe he's worried about Hannunah, and maybe if we just like head into the open ocean or down the river,
Fine. Well, you know, I said I would go along for this delivery, and I will do just that. But it would be nice to not be in the dark so much, and I feel like right. I'm going to.
What do you feel like you're in the dark about? What do you want to know? I'm an open book.
Well, whatever they
I'm
had.
gonna retract my
at
head
the
into
old
my
folks'
shell when I
home-
say that.
Whatever they had at the old folks' home, they're still going to be after it. So we're not safe until we find out what it is and remove it. Or Hannunah's not safe. I mean, we're safe.
I think Hannah will be all right.
Make an insight on that, Ari. Seemed like he was very deliberate with what he said there.
Yes.
Based off of what you said, that seemed quite deliberate.
Yes, it did. It's like, oh.
We took out the bad lizard folk, and I think the good lizard folk are in charge now. So Hannah
Yeah,
should be in
it
good
has nothing
hands.
to do about the lizard.
While
folk.
this is going on, I'm gonna begin to cast detect magic
Okay.
as the conversation's flowing.
Try detect evil.
hey, what
Oh,
what
no.
you doing over there, Carrick?
I'm sure he continues chanting.
Yeah, I'm just chanting it under my breath.
I would like to rattle a lot of chains. Like I'm deliberately making a lot of noise, but making it look like I'm actually moving these chains around. Like I'm actually like loading the boat, right? Trying to make as much noise as possible.
Right, the hatch that goes up to the deck it opens up and Sox's head appears down through the hatch and he looks at Ari. This somebody here that said that they were here to talk to you about something?
Ah, yeah, that's important. I'll be right there.
Okay, I'll let them know that you'll be right there.
And I go up and I go find him.
Oh, well, that was a lot faster than I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be. I won't let
perfect.
him know anything. You can just go talk to him if you want.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
Hey, she'll be right there. He just like yells it at the person who's literally maybe 15 feet away. But it's a turtle that was sent with a message that just says that they had found the ferry driver that they believe had taken your father off to the east and dropped him off at the east dock in the direction of Broken Tusk. But they got off at the dock and that was it. It was silence the whole way, and despite them trying to make conversation, he
Okay.
seemed very, very in his own mind.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that delivering the message. And if you what's his name? Kidlick, if you see him again, tell him thank you. I appreciate everything.
No problem.
And I'll head back to the boat.
He turns around and makes their way back to Hannunah. And as you're up there too, you notice that you're walking past a lot of crates that have been loaded onto the main deck at this point. And Socks is just sitting on top of the crates now. Am I allowed back in yet?
Yeah, if you come back in, I'm fine with it. Probably don't want to ask me.
I'll just wait up here. There might be more stuff coming.
Are we gonna actively try and open the puzzle box now? After seeing Ari's trinket?
Yeah, I will be working on that as soon as I finish my ritual cast.
Are you detecting magic on the gem?
That amongst other things.
Okay, because it's
Alright.
full of magic.
Okay, so you do get detect magic cast as a ritual
All right.
about the time that Ari makes it back down.
So I'm gonna walk over to her and I'm gonna look at the gem and notice what do I see radiating out of it?
Ooh, hold on.
I'm sure there's gonna be divination in it to some degree.
Evocation is actually the prominent piece. The only thing that you're getting off of it at this point actually is evocation. So, which you do know that the light cantrip is a divination spell, or I'm sorry, an evocation spell.
Okay.
So that would make sense.
I'm gonna hold up the box and I'm gonna look at it. I'm sure I don't see anything. I think I've already done that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna walk around the boat, and I'm gonna look around the boat and see if I see any faint glowing of anything anywhere on the boat.
Well, if you're done with the gem, I'm gonna take it back.
Yeah, I know. I've already given it back to you. I was looking at it around your neck.
I thought you were still holding.
This is not okay, Carrick. This is really rude. Like this is somebody else's boat.
Well, I feel like I'm being lied to, and I'm not exactly liking the feeling. But if you'd rather me not, then I'll just go back to being the cook.
Is it recognizable that you've done a detect magic spell?
Oh yeah, I'm sure of it. It's very apparent. I would expect that my eyes would probably have some sort of a sheen to them.
Well, in the immediate vicinity, there's nothing that's glowing that you can see within 10 feet.
Well, if I recognize that you've done a detect magic, I would do a detect evil. Is what I would do. That's my suggestion. But if I don't, then I wouldn't suggest. I guess Arcana check.
Well, it's the spell itself is got a lot of components to it.
Yeah, but I'm not a wizard.
You would probably be. It would be an Ari question to ask. Can you see evil with that? I would think, but he would probably reply no.
But that would be me if I would recognize it. I don't think I would.
Detect magic? I think you've seen him use detect magic.
Okay, I'll go with that. It's like, can you see evil with that? What can you see with what you've done?
If there's anything magical, it will give off an aura. I would be able to know as I look at your necklace, it glows. I can tell the type of magic that radiates from it.
When I've held this necklace, I can tell that it is evil. There is evil in this necklace.
Well, I can't tell evil.
It feels evil. I mean, it's not something. I've not had anybody analyze it. It's the first time I've shown it to anybody.
Not exactly my thing. I can't tell if something's evil or not with detect magic spell. There are some spells that I do not know, but
Well, this
I'm
thing
just-
just creeps me out. That's what it's done ever since I've had it. Well, not ever since, but for a while.
I'm just beginning to think that there's a whole lot more going on this boat than we're being told, and I don't like being one's patsy. So, but if Lily wishes that I stop, then I'll just finish our trip and be gone at that.
There's a lot more going on this boat, and the people on this boat know what's going on.
I'm starting to think, and the person with answers is seeming to keep us in the dark. So
I don't
be it.
think he has any answers. I just think he has a mission.
It feels like there's more going on that he knows, but that's fine. And I'm gonna look at Lily, and I'll blink my eyes, and I'll let the spell go, and my eyes will go back. I guess I'm just going to go cook, and I'm just gonna turn and go over to the portion of the boat where there's food, and I'll begin to make a stew.
Up the hatch, and as soon as you make it up the hatch, Socks is gonna look down and say, "That was the last one. Do we want to get underway?"
You should ask your captain. And I'm going to I'm gonna pull out some of my cooking utensils and start cutting up some potatoes and preparing to make a stew.
Pretty sure he was talking to me anyways, but yeah, if everybody's ready to go, we can go.
Socks is gonna kind of uncomfortably sit there. Yep. Gonna get us underway then.
All right, I'm gonna head up to the helm.
Okay.
Did you my thing?
I did. I have one question. Hold on.
Secret. I got a secret.
All right. Well, more than likely, based off of, I mean, within the time frame that you had, you could have done that. If
Okay.
that's something that you wanted to do.
Yeah, I probably like after that first issue, I would have been like, all right, and I'll keep that on my person.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then with the detect magic spell, that would have been visible.
Yeah,
So that would have changed things a little
Yeah,
bit there.
that's what I was trying to get that in before.
Yeah, well, there was some other stuff going on there, so I didn't
Yeah.
want to. That was
So-
one of those like retcon moments where it could have gone either way.
I got you.
Didn't want to derail it for that sake.
So I mean, you can go ahead and clue Tom in on that.
you were able to see that there was a glow of magic that came from Krillock on a pouch on his belt. I'm assuming pouch on a belt.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know where else a turtle would keep something except for in his shell. I mean, it could have been glowing from within his shell. That's
Sure, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
okay. So there is something that was glowing from within his shell that seems to be stashed.
So what
and
sort of magic did it look like?
let me find. I'm trying to think of what the best one would be for this. Sorry, pardon me one moment. I'm thinking it would be something of. Actually, it would be of the divination nature.
All right. Would it have looked similar? Like, would I have felt like it would have been the same thing as I saw on the other stone, or would I be able to know that it? Would I have any inclination?
No, you know that the other stone. The only thing that you know about the other stone is that it can cast a light spell. It seems to be a light spell, or some variant thereof.
I'm not casting it. If I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't approve of it. That's the other thing you know. I don't approve of my stone.
All right. So then Ari also casts detect magic. So I don't know if she's gonna like detect any kind of. Or not detect.
No, I
Detect
can't
evil.
detect. No, I can't.
She was suggesting that you do detect evil.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I was
well, then
implying that I felt that.
I'm gonna turn and I'm still gonna be over there preparing food. And once we're underway, I will go speak to Krillock. So once we get to that point.
Okay. Well, the ship at this point is going underway. Sox is getting everything together. Krillock says that he's standing on the top of the aft castle at the helm, and you are all now navigating down the river towards the ocean to the northeast.
All right. So once I have a beef stew boiling and going, I'm going to I'll clean up my mess, clean my my cooking utensils, my cutting knife, and all that stuff, and put them back in their little pouch. And I'm gonna walk over to Krillock. Krillock.
What?
So, you know that we've joined you to make this delivery as, an adventure of sorts, and it's turned into so much more. You know that this group has basically laid their lives down, and I realize that you didn't ask for it, but we went with you to make sure that we could give every chance to bring back your uncle and your cousin or nephew. Don't really know his relation, but your uncle.
Yes,
we wish to help.
He's my uncle.
Yeah, but the young one, the one that casts light.
He's just his caretaker. Good
No.
friend.
He does cast light very well. I know that you're carrying something on your person, and I'm gonna point in the area where it's at. And it's your business. I am not saying
Sorry.
that you
It's definitely my business.
right, but if there's something going on here with stones, and I'm gonna pull the box out that I have, I'm gonna open this eventually, and I suspect that it might be another one of the stones that Ari has. And with the conversations that's being had, I'm pretty smart. I can figure things out, and I feel like maybe you're hiding something, possibly even a stone like Ari's. And if you are, I would strongly encourage you to. Maybe we should try to figure out what these things are, because if these dead things are being sent by something more powerful to get these, you're not going to be able to stop it on your own. And you know, we've proven as a group here that maybe we would be formidable to try to help do what might be necessary. Just no one here wants to do anything against you, but it seems that you're wanting to hide things, and I understand you're private. But
Mhm.
maybe you should give some thought to your comrades that are around you now.
Yeah, I'll give it thought. I'm just eyes forward, just steering.
Very well.
Good
The
talk.
stew will be ready soon,
Appreciate it.
and I'm gonna go back inside and just kind of pull out my spice weasel and BAM! Put it in.
All right, roll the 10 hit points off the stew.
I always
Or
have to look.
DD.
You'd think I would remember that. DD's going to have to learn to eat what's getting made, or he's going to be. I got cucumbers for him to swallow.
To lightly salt. Okay.
Oh wait, it's a 1d4 plus 2. I didn't mean to do that, so it'd be a 1 plus 2, so 3 hit points.
3 temporary hit points for those that imbibe of the stew.
I will eat my stew while I'm driving.
All right.
Anybody else want to come bother me while I'm trying to safely navigate us through these waters?
You look like you want to be bothered.
No, not at all.
I didn't care.
All right.
I will eventually
Shit.
bother Eric again later.
I forgot that I had comprehend languages actually prepared. I should have casted it in the middle of all that talk. Damn it.
Well, the afternoon draws on. You make your way out towards. It's probably actually after dark by the time you make it out to the ocean itself. So, if there's any conversations that wanted to be had before it becomes dark, like actually night, now would be the time to do it.
Yes,
If
I wanted to have a conversation with Carrick
okay,
about what happened when
Okay.
I received the gem.
Yeah,
And my
yes.
phone is ringing, so I gotta go take care of this because it is Dana.
okay, we will come back to that. Socks is gonna come up to the helm. Hey, buddy.
Socks.
But don't give me that cold shoulder. You know I'm just looking out for us, okay?
I
They
know.
seem like smart people. I asked questions. That's all.
No
That was a
problem with you
heavy.
asking yeah, you can ask questions, just don't give answers to things that don't need to be answered.
What did I answer?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, why am I getting like this third
Oh, well, look
degree
at
from
you.
everybody?
Look at you accusing me of something. Hey, look, bud. I didn't know that you had a thing. Okay, I learned that you had a thing from somebody else.
That's right, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So who's holding secrets here, bud? I don't know why you're giving me the cold shoulder. You're the one. And now, forgive me for saying, because believe me, no, hold on. Let me finish here. All right? It's important that I finish this. I appreciate you. I appreciate the opportunity. I love my life. This is a great life. This is killer, man. It doesn't get
Is
any
it?
better than this.
Is it really? I mean, I guess for a kobold, yeah. I mean, no offense. You would have
Wow.
been dead like 5 years ago if you were out on your
I
own.
I might actually live to see what the legitimate end of life is for a kobold, all right?
You're,
I
you're
could
not
be the
wrong.
first.
Probably will be, as long as you stick with me.
Well, that's going to depend, bud, on how everything's handled. Because it sounds like, now forgive me for saying, but it sounds like, I mean, look, I wasn't really privy to a lot of what's been going on here. And that's fine, because I'm just a deckhand. I got it. It's cool. But it's,
You're not just a deck. You're the first mate. That's a lot more than just. I mean, granted, yeah, you do all the deckhand jobs, but you're the first mate and the
I mean,
only mate.
some sort of like devil coming after that box, and then I mean that was news to me, and then turn around and we're talking about these other things, and that might be part of it, and then an undead lizard thing. I mean, this is getting heavy, man.
Yeah.
This box is dangerous.
Well, that's why we need to get the broken tusk and deliver it, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, like I'm totally behind that, amen. But I also know the people that we work for. Are we sure? I mean, I don't. He like looks around and lowers the volume of his voice. I mean, look, work's work, but what are we handing over here?
Has he ever disappointed us in the past? He's always been good with his money whenever we make our deliveries in a timely fashion.
Yeah, but I mean, you know who we're talking about. He'll make deals with people, like anybody.
I really don't feel like he would stab me in the back.
Nah, that's
Come
why
on,
he
look,
keeps that.
look. I got
That's
the
why.
shell here.
That's why he keeps the halfling around to do the stabbing in the back.
That I wouldn't even worry about him.
Look, I'm just saying you should give us some thought, because these. I mean, I haven't known them for very long, but they all seem like good people. So I'm not telling you what to
They're
do.
great people, but like, there's some things that are just better left unsaid. Till I can figure it out myself. Once I figure it out myself, then maybe I'll let him in.
That's
There's
fair
only
enough.
out of all of them down there, there's only one I'd trust whole 100%.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, but look, since we're coming out with everything here and we're just like throwing it all out on the table, I might have said that I know where the hiding spot is where you might keep something you were trying to keep hidden. Okay, I'm gonna head back down to the deck because it looks like
No,
we could
you
use
know
the
what?
stuff.
You know what? You're on helm duty now. I'm going down below. I'm going to my stateroom.
All right, let me get my box. He walks back a little and drags this orange crate up to the helm and jumps up on top of it and still looking over.
I'm glad that little halfling gave you that box.
He's still a dick.
Come on.
He's just like me, and that's why he's a dick.
That's fair.
Except I'm nicer.
Eh,
He's weird. He smells funny. Leave me alone.
I mean, come on. You kind of smell funny. You got that sulfur smell that's always coming off of you. And you snore.
Well, at least I don't breathe fire when I do it.
That is a plus. All right. Let me know if you need anything. I'm going down below. I'll be in the stateroom for a little bit.
Aye, aye, helmsman.
You're the helmsman.
Yeah, right, sure.
Do you need me to stack some books on there so you can see how the post looks like?
No, I'm good.
All
No, I'm
right.
good. I can handle this. But thank you very much for your consideration.
Do you need me to
Hey.
send a company? I can send Dee Dee up here. He can keep you company and talk to you a little bit.
I'm good for now. Actually, I got some thinking to do because this has brought a lot of stuff to light here as far as like my own personal aspirations and what I want to be doing in the world.
All right, look. How long have we been sailing together?
A couple of years.
All right, so I'd say like when it comes to friends, like me and you are good friends, right? Not just an employee-employer kind of deal, like we've done a lot of shit together.
Yeah, we could call it friends. I mean, you haven't tried to eat me. You haven't tried to kill me. You haven't tried to sacrifice me to some ancient draconic deity. You don't
Uh,
scream when you see me. So I mean, there's pluses here.
All right, so just to give you a heads up, what's going on here is I'm gonna look around, make sure nobody else is within earshot. Is anybody in earshot? To make an
Mm,
investigation.
No, I'm not going to be anywhere near it.
I'm gonna
if
give him the.
anybody
I
if
mean, we're
anybody
near it, but
does want to be,
I'm eating.
then they would need to roll probably a stealth to not be noticed at this point. But I don't if nobody's speaking up for it, then I'm gonna assume not.
I'm gonna give him the rundown, pretty much everything, but show him what I got.
Okay.
So Socks is in the know, and I'm gonna tell him there's only two people that know, you and Lily. So if word gets out, it's one of you two, and I'm gonna point to the ropes where like you would bring carriages on. As the door if you can't keep a
Okay,
lid on it.
but she's sure that as long as it's in that thing, that it's like, it's nobody can see it.
It's
The
contained.
the eye thingies.
It's contained.
Okay. All right.
Carrick may think that it's on me, but it's all good.
Hey, look, none of my business. Worst case scenario, I'll find someplace in Broken Tusk that'll take me in.
Oh yeah, actually the tavern there, they could always use a good bar back. I wouldn't. I wouldn't give you away that easy though.
All right, well, fair enough. Go get some rest.
All right, I'm head down to my stateroom.
Hey, and stop being such a damn stick in the mud. You sound like
Shut
an
your mouth.
ass.
Shut your mouth. I'm gonna
Okay.
go down there and start knitting.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk like right past everybody without saying anything, and go straight into my room, shut the door, and sit at my desk and knit. What was I knitting before?
That should be something that you have written down in your notes.
I think it was knitting gloves for Dee Dee.
No. It was something. It was something weird. Hold on, I gotta go back because it was weird. It wasn't like gloves. It was weird.
Mittens?
How are mittens weird?
No,
They're gloves with no fingers.
I mean, that is weird.
That's even fucking weirder.
I think that's what it was. I think it was mittens for Dee Dee.
I thought you sent me a picture of something.
Oh, that's right. Give me. Oh, God, there's a lot of scrolling I gotta do. Go ahead and carry on. I'll find it.
So I'm gonna go while we're down there finishing up eating. I'm going to ask Lily to sit with me and assist while I'm working on the puzzle box.
Okay, but I want it noted from when we took off to when he asked me, I was working on my potion. So I get hours on that. Great, and then I shall help you with the puzzle box.
Yeah, well, I'll be in there with you while you're doing that. I'm kind of, I'm looking at you, going, "Up, look at this. Maybe I'll turn this. Do you think that would turn like that?" And I'll kind of show it to you in between, and as I'm working on it.
All right.
Is Dee Dee watching Lily work on her potion?
Yes.
16.
All right. You're definitely making progress. You think that you're probably another good session away from cracking this box open.
Do I feel like if I was to make another good roll, I would open it?
You remember the last time that you tried working on this for an extended period. You remember that it was the taxing nature of this puzzle box. You feel like you would not be at your best. Now
Yeah,
you do have someone helping you. So in terms of like rules, it would be a straight roll, no advantage, no disadvantage. But you feel like you're close to cracking the box. So it's yours to risk for the biscuit, or don't risk it for the biscuit.
Lily, I almost feel like I could get this. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I know last time I felt like. I feel like if I mess up now, it might cost me time. But with your help, it's definitely beneficial. But I think I'm gonna wait. We'll work on it again
think
tomorrow.
the next time that we try, we have everyone present, or most everyone. That way, if something happens, we're prepared.
Probably a good call. I honestly feel like we're gonna open this thing up and find another one of those stones. This is just so perplexing. All
It
of
could
the
be like an
secrets.
undead heart just beating. I don't know.
Oh God, that's just gross. Why?
Because it came from the undead lizard. What do you expect him to carry?
Not as hard. I mean, I guess we'll find out. And I will take the box and I will put it back into my pouch.
All right.
And then I will spend some time reading a book. And I'm
I won't
going to
bother.
I'm going to read the Draconic book. If I'm going to go up on deck with socks. So I got this book here, and
Draconic book?
for language, it's fascinating, and I'm going to show it to him. It's a book teaches how to speak Draconic. I figured I would sit up here with you for a while and maybe you can help me with some of the dialect.
I think that there were two books. Are you talking about one of the books that you got from Hannunah?
Yeah, one was
Okay.
Draconic. No,
No.
no, never mind. You're right.
One was Camrisian in
Yep.
common, and it's like a translation dictionary, and then the other
Gotcha.
one is Elvish for Sylvan.
I was thinking it was Draconic. I don't know why. I will sit
That's fine.
silently and I will read the Sylvan book, and I'll leave Lily to her works.
Okay. You get a good 4 hours in. So like you get 2 days worth of what would typically be downtime alchemy work. I think, right? No. You can get a potion crafted in the 4 hours. Yeah, because you had started on one previously. So you had one that had already been started, and now you would be able to complete that potion. It takes like 8 hours if you think of like a normal work day. We'll have to look at that. So the night passes, though. I don't know if you guys wanted to do anything. The first day on the ocean, I have already rolled for, and there's really nothing that happens. So you basically have a free day. So if you want to make, I was gonna say, if you want to make, we got 10 minutes left. If you want to do 1 day's worth of travel on the ocean and go ahead and do your box check for today, you can do that.
All right. So then the next day, as the day goes down, I'm going to go and Lily, let's look at this
Well,
box again.
before that happened, I
That's-
actually wanted to talk to Carrick about.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this would be the first night as you breach the ocean. So yes, please go ahead with that.
So this gem, I got it from my father. I suspect my father is gonna know more about this than most people, but he had given it to me. And the day that, well, not the day, but there was, I had it, and somebody showed up to take it from me. It's undead. I couldn't tell. It was not. Somebody was trying to steal it, and I caught him red-handed. And
And you
when
think it might have been undead?
well, I killed it, and it didn't stay dead. So I don't know.
Oh. Oh.
It was very formidable, but I think it's probably somehow related to what we went through before with the undead skeleton lizard.
Let me clarify. You the gem that you have was attempted to be thwarted from you
Yes.
by an opponent that was hard to kill and still managed to scurry off after it was delivered a life taking attack from yourself?
Well, it changed after it died. It
What did it change into?
I don't know. I ran. I it started
Was it
killing
still
people
moving?
around. It still is, yes, chasing me.
Oh, wow.
As far as I can tell, I've not seen signs of it, but it's potentially pursuing me still. It wants this. The gem.
Interesting. So I'm gonna have you describe it to me. So JD, he's gonna describe to me the creature that he fought, and in his description, would I know what it was? Can I roll
The
to know?
description. What happened to it after I killed it?
Right.
My
You
suspicion is
can.
it was something undead, is what
Or
we're
it
thinking.
became undead?
Well, I mean, that's yes. You would definitely be able to come to the conclusion that it was more than likely undead after it had been killed and then come back. But uh, it's also one of those things where you're dealing with a recounting of this to a panicked young lady. So you know that that's oftentimes not like any younger person in like this high stress situation under this level of stress and panic. The
It was
recounting
dead.
itself,
Yeah, the description was it was dead, and then it became weird and came up and was alive again, and then
about
chased
right.
me and murdered people around me, which was
All
enough
right.
for me to get away.
So, do you mind if I share this with Lily and maybe the others that was before we open this attempt to open this box?
Well, everybody's involved. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't mind.
Right, right.
I
Well,
just
let's.
trusting you with this information as I don't know. Everybody else seems to
It's
be more secretive than you.
well. I find that sometimes sharing information with those that you trust can get more information out. I mean, we all have our strengths and we all know different things. So I just feel like there's a lot more going on, and that stone. It's something about that stone is it's almost disturbing, really.
Well, the fact that they're hunting for other stones and burning
Mhm.
down buildings and chasing stones, and now they're not going to
Yeah,
chase the building
yeah,
anymore because they're chasing us, makes you kind of wonder where that stone went.
right. And my fear is if what he has that he's delivering is another stone, it could be not such a good thing.
That's what I'm leaning towards, but I don't know. I don't know what the package is, but I'm just going
Well,
with they're all stones and they're gathering for some reason.
it's possible. I'm going to attempt to open this box, and I'm going to hold it up tomorrow. And when I do, I think we should probably be around as a group just in case we're wrong and something else is inside this thing that might cause us problems.
And also the stone, I had it a while before I actually was able to do things with it. The light thing
Oh,
went right away.
oh, so it was actually in your possession and before it. When did it become active?
Well, I was talking to somebody in I forget the city. Hold on.
Cayman's Folly.
Cayman's Folly. I was discussing that with somebody there who knew quite a bit about it, and it had well, didn't know a lot about it, but enlightened me more about it. And that's when I became more aware that it was just a light source. But I don't know what it is exactly.
Interesting. Have you ever known anybody else that has one like it?
No, well, not until just now.
Well, um, let's see what happens tomorrow then. We'll try to open this, and maybe it will reveal something else, and perhaps that will loosen the, the lips of Krilok, because I
Well,
feel he knows more than we do. But
I feel that my father knows more than we do,
yes, but your father's not on this boat, unfortunately.
but he is where the boat is going, or was where the
Let's
boat is going.
hope so. Let's hope so.
I mean, we're on his trail.
Indeed. Till tomorrow, then.
Yeah, good dinner, by the way,
Thank you.
as usual.
There's leftovers, so we'll reheat it and have some more. I made quite a bit of stew to hopefully last us throughout our trip. And with that, I'll put a lid on the stew pot and head to bed until the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
And I'm going to spend a good portion of the day reading the Sylvan book, practicing Sylvan. And then later in the afternoon, I'll gather Lily, ready to see if I can get in this thing.
Where's the turtle?
Maybe his stateroom. I don't see him anywhere. Or do I? Is he around? You around, Krillock?
In my room, probably still. Wait, what? How much time has passed?
It's been a night.
The next day.
Oh, the
That's
next
the next
day. I probably put the helm then.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Socks and Krillock, I imagine, would go into their typical
Like
typical
6 on, 6
mounting.
off.
Yeah, well, it would either something to that, or even like Socks working nights, and you during days, sort of thing. But
He does have the night vision.
yeah,
He's up on
So,
the wheel.
flip
How does
schedule.
he sleep with all this noise?
Socks.
He said so he's got his pot.
He's in his pot. You just put the lid on it. Boom. It's quiet.
Tons of like knitting, like yarn that he stuffed in there to insulate the noise out that he's stolen from Krillock's crate.
Well, let me go get the turtle, and because he's kind of a meat shield.
Did I make any progress on my project?
Oh yes. You're probably, it's recognizable at this point. I would say you're probably about halfway there.
Okay.
Another couple days work, you can get that finished.
All right.
All right.
All right. So as the crowd comes in and Dee Dee's in there and Ari, I'm going to attempt to think maybe I can get this thing open, but Ari feels it might be necessary just in case something is around, or comes out of this thing that maybe we have everyone around to see what happens. So if you don't wish to, if you're busy, and it's fine. But Lily, if you don't mind, if you can, let's take a look at this thing. You seem to be
Lily,
pretty good.
Lily was the one that felt other people should be around.
Yeah. So I will
Secretly, I don't know if having all the gems together is a good idea, but I will be there.
Well, I'm gonna be a little ways. I mean, the boat's big, but there is another gem out of character that's nearby, and nothing has exploded yet. All right, so I'm gonna roll my intelligence. Oh!
All right.
We all die in a mass inferno.
So
A nuclear explosion. TPK.
So you take your thumb and you slide a protruding latch. And as you slide the protruding latch, you reach around with your short stubby dwarf hand. You push
Whoa,
one
easy,
button,
Easy.
push one button with one finger, another, and as you do, you hear a click and what appears to be a hexagonal shaped lid sort of pops as the latch is released and sits just barely open.
Oh my. I'm going to open up the lid really slow, and as I do, I will cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And I will cast Identify as I prepared them the night before, just hoping that this would happen. And as I cast them and look down inside, what do I see?
Garrett, I can identify it right away.
So can I. What do you see?
ritually.
No, go ahead and cast. I'll save
Yeah, yeah, he was saying he cast it, not ritually.
Yeah.
So
I
you
prepared them the
do
night
see, you see glowing enchantment and abjuration magic.
burn those off my spell slots. What is it again?
Enchantment and abjuration magic. Now with identify, you are able, there's, well, hold on one second. Because there's a part of identify that I want to make sure. Because I'm pretty sure it requires a, do you have a pearl? You have a pearl, right?
Sure.
I do.
Yeah, because I knew that she had found a pearl. You have to have a pearl worth 100 gold pieces in
Yeah,
order
I
to
don't have.
cast
I don't have
the
a
spell.
pearl. Yeah, I don't have a pearl.
Okay.
So if I didn't have to have a pearl, then I would have had to ritually casted it. And if she can look at it, then I would just let her be the one to tell me what she sees. Otherwise, I'll have to ritually cast it.
It doesn't matter. Lily would have gave you the pearl because she has her goggles to identify. So, Carrie,
I was just
you
making.
can add pearl and I'll subtract it.
Forgive me. What I was asking for is because I was making sure that identify did not consume the pearl because
No.
I knew that had been used once. So I was making sure that there was a pearl available to be used. Okay, so you see the magic that's emanating in there. It appears to just be one small thing. Now it's lined with, it seems to be kind of a cushy, padded, velvety outer, well, I guess inner portion of the box. But it also has, it seems, sheep's wool just stuffed into it. So as you see that, you sort of kind of pluck some of the sheep's wool out, and you pull it out. It seems to be just normal, ordinary sheep's wool. And what you see in the bottom is one singular gold coin and a piece of parchment that is wrapped up in a small scroll case that's been stuffed into this box. Nothing magical seems to be coming from the scroll case, but the ring itself is where you're getting the enchantment and abjuration magics from.
So it's a gold ring.
No, I'm sorry, not ring, gold coin.
Okay, all right. I thought you said coin. So it's a gold coin and a parchment. All right. What does
Let me
it,
just
what,
give you the item so that you can see what it is, because you would be able to see this.
What language is the gold coin? I mean, is the parchment in?
If you pop the parchment out and you start to inspect it, hold on, let me just go ahead and throw this here and save these changes. So you pull it out, and as you unravel it, you see that it details, it's detailed designs, and it's detailed designs for a sort of like a leather. It's like a leather chest piece. It looks almost like a studded leather piece, but it's very detailed with designs and etchings. Since you're not an artisan per se, it would be difficult for you really to make heads or tails of the blueprints themselves, but it appears to just be chest armor.
Okay, I'm gonna show that straight to Lily. You make things. Looks to be some sort of blueprint. Can you make hide or tail of that? And I'm gonna hold the coin, not up high, but I'm gonna hold it up. Everyone can see it. I'm not trying to hide it. What does it look like this coin does?
It looks just like a solid disc coin. There's no etchings, there's no carvings. It's just a solid gold circular coin.
So with identify, it doesn't tell me.
Oh no, I gave it to you. It's in your
My bad. Okay.
yeah, it's in your items. And I want you to do an investigation with advantage as you're looking at this. Okay,
No.
so
I can. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so Lily, as you're looking this over, the detailed designs and etchings appear to be focused around a recessed slot that is circular in shape on this chess piece. With it, as you start kind of looking through onto the next page, you notice that there's more instructions, but they seem to be less in terms of artisan instructions and more in terms of enchantment instructions. So I'm sorry, Carrick. I should have asked if you were looking this over completely. The beginning portion of this looks just like blacksmith stuff.
Yeah,
Or
I
not
mean, I would have
blacksmith,
looked at
like
the
leatherwork.
entire. I would have looked at it from front to end.
Okay,
Can
well,
we just say that both of us are like poring over all
yeah,
this information
Oh, we
together?
definitely would be. Yeah.
yeah, certainly. So between the two of you, you can see. Okay, so there's a recessed slot that would fit a circular coin, much like the one you have, and it said there's instructions not just with the design of the leather chest piece, but also a sort of spell of enchantment that's to be completed um, in order to sort of enchant to its original completion this armor piece.
Hey guys, it's not a gem.
Yeah, it's not a gem.
What is it?
It's a coin.
Blueprints for chest armor, which then you enchant.
Well, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is, so we've unveiled this stuff. I'm going to let you take the time, Tom, to read over this and figure it all out. But we are 10 minutes past at this point. So what we'll do is we can discuss this offline if we want to, but we're going to go ahead and cut the stream for tonight. And then we'll pick back up just after the examination of these items next time in character. So thanks everybody. Tomorrow's goblins. And tomorrow's goblins, and again, How I Nerd on Thursday night on their Twitch channel. I'm going to be joining for Tales from the Tavern as a special guest. 8:30.
Are you streaming that, or are they streaming it?
They're streaming that. I think it's 8. It's either 8 or 8:30.
So on the 30th at 8 or 8:30 on How I Nerd, or twitch.tv/How I Nerd. One word.
That's correct.
At
With the
8 or
wonderful Luna.
8:30.
With the wonderful Luna and some other fun guests, like I believe it's I know it's Evan joining from Verbal Components. There's some other awesome guests that are going to be there as well, so it's going to be a fun one. I'm going to have fun. So we'll do that.
I'm gonna have fun making fun of you in chat.
As you should.
Totally.
As you
Zang.
should. But thanks though, everybody for coming in tonight for the live stream. And if you missed anything, it'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for goblins.